Hello and welcome back to the Misfits podcast. Rated 5 stars by this bloke. He says, I listen to this podcast while I beat up my cat. It's CatBeater69 leaving a nice review there for us on Apple Podcasts.
It's horrible.
It is horrible.
Okay.
But when you think about it, it's not that bad.
See, it may sound... Yikes.
Swagger's helmet has just fallen over on the desk.
You know what? I'll just leave it there.
You are causing such a scene, Swagger.
Look, I'm just going to let it rock and roll right there.
That's a heavy helmet.
Dude.
Yeah?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
You sure?
I was just going to say... Yeah, I was going to say nothing.
Yeah, cool. Are you absolutely sure?
Actually, I will fix this.
Guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Fitz. I'm joined today by my co-host Swagger Souls.
Hello.
Matt.
Yeah.
And Jay, a.k.a. McCreamy.
Hello.
And also joining us virtually through the power of the internet is Toby.
He's going to appear right
Hello,
here.
I'm joining virtually through the power of the internet.
God, I love the internet.
The internet is so great.
Magical.
Yeah, Toby,
Amazing.
of course, is still in New Zealand, but we are located on a brand new temporary set in an undisclosed location
Where are we?
here
We can't say.
Absolutely undisclosed.
to celebrate the 2-year anniversary
2-year
of the
anniversary.
Misfits podcast.
me.
Hey.
The podcast.
Give yourselves a round of applause. 2 years.
Off to a
Surely
great
a pat on the
start.
back, too. Surely
Pat
a
on the
pat
back.
Pat on the back. 2
This
years.
is the podcast
years.
that you can get 24 hours early only on Spotify. So if you're keen to go ahead and listen to this before the general public on YouTube, soon with video on
Yeah.
Spotify, then head on over to Spotify, Misfits Podcast, get it 24 hours early than everywhere else.
That's right. What the fuck is up, guys?
Holy shit,
It's
dude.
not a lot, eh?
Yeah.
Not
really
a lot is
much.
happening. We are literally in a garage right now.
Yeah.
Or as we say back in New Zealand, a garage.
Looks
A
fucking
garage.
sick, though. It's
Yeah.
a sick
I'm in
looking
the garage.
We're in the garage, bro.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, we've literally, this is our first time recording a podcast in person in a little while, actually, due to COVID. Thank you, Swagger, for coughing.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
It almost feels like COVID just isn't really around anymore. Anyone else get that vibe?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah.
Like, I think it didn't exist.
Fake news.
Yeah,
I don't think it ever really existed.
I turned off my 5G on my phone, and
then
I've been
it
feeling
just
fine.
disappeared.
dude.
Wow.
I'm feeling
Shit,
fine.
no way.
Yeah, the exact same, actually.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
crazy.
No,
New Zealand literally has 0 cases.
How crazy
that's what they're telling you.
is
right?
that,
Yeah.
dude?
I bet there's like one just like guy who's just got
He's
it.
just hidden.
And he's just
Yeah.
rubbing his
Waiting.
hands together and he knows he can give it to someone else.
I'm
He's
gonna
like,
give it
Hey.
to all you guys.
he's about to start taking the bus, like spitting on Uber door handles and shit.
He's going to visit his grandma at a nursing home.
That's fucked. Imagine.
He's gonna have sex with prostitutes.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a great way to spread it.
yeah, yeah. Sex with prostitutes is a great way to spread it. In fact, I think that's actually like one of the major causes. Like, I cannot believe this. There's like this little bit of dust floating around on the podcast.
That was a
set.
mosquito.
That was a mosquito.
Was that a mosquito?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were trying to pinch a mosquito,
Oh
my
my
friend.
god, I was trying to pinch that
You're
thing. It
at
was
the
just-
Mr. Miyagi then.
Yeah, I was like completely focused, like trying to talk at the same time, trying to track this mosquito with my eyes.
Is there a draft in here? Why is
I
this
was like,
moving
what
so
is
quick?
going on here? Sorry, guys.
We've got an
It's all
uninvited guest on the
No,
podcast.
dude, it's the 79 million-year-old mosquito from last week.
Oh,
Dude.
shit.
Oh my
He's here.
god,
Oh my god.
Damn, dude.
man. Anyway, we were thinking for this episode, considering it is the 2-year anniversary, that we might just do like a little refresh as to who the fuck we are.
True.
Because we have a lot of new listeners lately, and have had for a while. But like, I feel like a lot of people kind of tuned in, and unless they go back and watch all of the early podcasts, they might just have no fucking clue, like what the hell, we're even doing.
Don't you worry about when it is a gimmicky kind of sound like that people may get tired of it?
Let me see, what would I do? I think then I will become a stand-up comedian, or maybe I could go to Walt Disney and become Donald Duck's voice. I'll find something to do. And maybe I'll put them both together like this. One and one is two, but two and two is four. La 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 la. And that'll be a whole new sound, see? What? Hey, good luck. Right? Hey, man, thanks so much for being on the show today. I appreciate it. This has been one of the freshest interviews I've ever done, man. This is great. I love it. Continued success to you and to your whole crew.
Don't you motherfuckers forget it. It gets worse on the next tape, bitch.
Did any of us know what we're doing here?
I don't think so. No one has a clue.
At this point, we're just talking
I thought
about
you guys knew
shit.
what you were doing. I had no idea.
Nah, fucking no
I'm
clue.
just kind of, I just talking to the microphone.
Yeah, I kind of just make noises.
Every week I just get a text message and it's like podcast in 30. I'm like, I have a podcast, and then I just show up.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people like that are.
The helmet keeps falling over.
Dude.
Oh, this podcast is so scuffed all the time.
There we go.
Look, just put this right here.
All right. Okay.
Oh, dude,
Let's just.
it takes
All
me
right.
just
Look,
There we go.
all your
Don't touch
listeners.
I'll move it right.
It's
right.
fine.
It's like Christmas lights.
We've
If one
fucked
goes
it
out,
already.
the other
It's
goes
fine.
out.
We've been here for
Oh,
10 minutes.
Oh
It's
no,
fine.
it's
Less than
unplugged.
10
Oh,
minutes.
This is
the
so
board's
scuffed.
falling down.
We've fucked
Okay.
it
All
already.
right. Okay.
All right, take over the show.
Technical
Okay,
difficulties.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people that watch your podcast, especially nowadays, the first intro, it's probably weird to weird to kind of understand what the fuck is going on and who everybody is. Because they see some dude in a ski mask and a fucking wearing chainmail on his head.
Yeah.
And
I
they
thought
have-
you were a
and-
rapper, dude. Like,
a lot of people just, I guess, don't have the context to know, like, of course, our backgrounds and
Yeah.
like who we actually are.
We will explain it all in a brief song. Matt is slapping the table. He's trying to find this mosquito.
Oh.
Get it.
Play, play, play.
Way!
Hey,
It's right there on the table. It's right there by your
it's
phone.
squirming.
I'm fucking calling Peter. I'm calling
Oh,
Peter.
Oh,
Jesus,
calling
very
Peter.
aggressively punching that mosquito with his
All right, we're
fist.
good. Where were we?
fine.
Well, we were about to do a song to introduce ourselves. My name's Cam, and I'm the man.
I'm McCreamy, and I'm really dreamy.
I'm Matt. What the fuck are we doing?
And,
I am Swagger. Souls.
Toby.
And I am useless.
That's right, because you're a woman.
Woo, we love women.
We love women. Guys,
That's us.
it's Pride Month. Turn up. Be proud of yourself no matter who you are. Don't let a bunch of idiots on a podcast make you feel different about yourself.
Right.
Okay? You know, what do we know?
If you're gay, fat, autistic,
Yeah.
ugly, a woman,
All 5 of them.
dude, imagine.
Or the worst thing, trans.
Trans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Toby can say
Yes.
that because if you didn't know, Toby actually is trans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah, transatlantic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, sorry.
True.
What does that mean?
That's a fact.
I actually don't know what that
What
means.
is-
It
what
means,
trans
it means
like?
going
Across the
across
ocean,
the Atlantic Ocean. So she's more trans-specific,
Trans-specific, to be specific about
to
it.
be specific.
Yeah.
But have you traveled across the Atlantic Ocean, Toby?
I'm sure I have at some point.
Yeah, just like on water skis, I believe. Just behind a boat,
Yes.
just the entire
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, it was a Guinness Book of World Records thing,
Yeah,
actually.
through shark-infested waters. I think pirates fucked with
Yeah.
you at one point for a brief moment there, right in the
Yeah,
middle.
but it was kind of epic. They were nice. They let me sleep in their bunk beds.
They let me
Yeah.
sleep with them.
Did you get any booty there?
No booty.
No
Ah,
booty.
I wish.
Poor
Damn.
pirates.
Yeah,
What a
pirates aren't
shame.
generous with that booty. You reckon pirates are on social media these days? Just, like
Yeah.
hanging out on Twitter, like who can I follow that's a pirate? I want to follow some pirates so I can see some good pirate stories on my Instagram.
Just Somali Twitter.
Somali Twitter.
Yeah, it's where all the pirates are, dude. All the fucking pirates in the world now are off the coast of Somalia, the fucking Horn of Africa, just going in with dinky little boats and rusted AK-47s right out of Far Cry 2. And
yeah.
Would you say that Somali Twitter is pirated Twitter?
Or is it rated R?
Man, we are so funny.
We are fucking
Fuck me.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Oh shit! No.
Barrels are also kind of pirate themed. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, but very loosely.
Yeah, a pirate's really still a major thing though. Like they're not as popular as they used to be.
Yeah. They still like fucking take shit hostage and they still like rob boats and shit.
Yeah.
But nowadays, people that want to protect their shit that are going along those routes, they just have private security with fucking M4s, and if people come out, they just fucking plink the pirates or sink their ships.
Pirates became cringe when they lost the hat.
You reckon pirates became cringe when they lost the hat?
Yeah, when they stopped wearing the big pirate hat.
No
Where's the
peg
eye
leg.
patches? What the
And the
fuck
eye
happened?
patches, yeah.
You know why they use the eye patches?
Why?
That was so they'd go bottom deck where there'd be no light.
Right.
So they'd always have one eye that is adjusted to the dark, so they could flip it up and then just close their other eye and see perfectly. And then when they want to go back above deck, they could walk around and see.
Dude, technology back then were so good with eye patches. Now it's just kids with their damn iPads. Fucking
iPad.
millennial pirates on Twitter.
iPads.
Yeah, I bet like now they don't even have eye patches. They just whip out their phone, put on the flashlight, and start looking around below
Damn
deck.
millennials.
The torch.
These fucking goddamn Gen Z pirates.
I'll never understand.
But at the same time, like, good for them, Good for them. It's not an easy job being a pirate. And it's also very unconventional. Can you imagine telling your parents, like, actually, I think I'm going to be a fucking pirate?
That's probably what I told my parents when I was little.
Yeah? I mean, like, at a certain age, but your parents are like, yeah, well, he'll grow out of his pirate phase. But what if you just don't grow out of the pirate
just
phase?
download BitTorrent. It's up in your room.
Sail the seas of the internet. Yeah, and you're like, I really like the pirate lifestyle. I'm going to do this shit for real. Out on the seven seas. That sounds liberating.
You can get your uTorrent, your Wi-Fi router, just pirating, just seeding torrents on the ocean.
You're literally seeding by like just delivering packages via ship. You're like just delivering movies.
You see a little like raft come out to you and they hand you a DMCA notice still. They still somehow find you.
Yeah, man, pirates are the best. What else is new?
Pirates are pretty sick.
Well,
Pirates
we were actually gonna talk about ourselves a little bit, weren't we? And then I kind of turned it into a dumb song. We didn't elaborate.
Not at all. We actually didn't explain anything to that.
Your listeners are anything are more confused. They're like,
you're Cam, you're the man. You're McCreamy, you're Dreamy. He's Matt.
You're Swagger Souls.
Of the Souls variety.
Of the Souls variety.
Yeah, I think the only thing we've established is that we're extremely unfunny.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know who these guys are, but I am turning off the fucking show. No, we are the Misfits. At least 5 of the Misfits.
Yeah,
Mike Mason is missing this episode,
Mason's
unfortunately. But that's okay. The rest of us are here, turning up.
Toby's here in spirit.
Toby is here in spirit, and on the internet. Hi, Toby.
Hi, Toby.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm here in spirit.
Yep.
She's still here.
Yeah.
She's still here.
She's still here. No, we're the Misfits. We're kind of a group of gamers and also like just general retards that decided to make a boy band, despite the fact that we're fucking just the worst.
Honestly, yeah.
Kind of sums it up.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Yeah, no, for real though, we're just a bunch of gamers, I guess, that met through the internet, or at least most of us, myself and Toby, knew each other IRL since high school. But the rest of us just met online through playing video games.
Counter-Strike,
just
H1,
H1Z1, Overwatch.
Yeah, just bumping into each other just in the virtual world and deciding that, hey, I actually kind of like these cunts. They're pretty funny. Started playing a bunch of games together, started making videos on YouTube. People started watching them. We're like, damn, people like, man, people sure be watching our videos.
Yeah, people clicking and stuff.
I'm doing my best.
Dude, it's fine.
And then, we started basically traveling together to go to events. I think is when it really started.
We met each other for PAX 2017 Australia.
Yeah.
It was the first time we all came and met. I think it was the first time that me and Matt had traveled out of the U.S. Ever.
Oh, yeah, it's our first time leaving.
Which was pretty hectic. Met everybody, of course.
No, just keep going. If the mosquito interrupts, just keep going. We'll just try to sort them out.
One of the downsides of recording a podcast in a garage is the bugs.
Hey, who didn't take out the trash? What the fuck?
It's fine.
No, but through meeting each other for the first time, I think that really solidified everybody as a friend in a friend group. And then, over the course of like the next year after that, it was, a lot of, travel. Like we had a big Europe trip, which then, the whole Poland story, like going to Poland and the whole trip, the whirlwind trip that we did around Europe, and all the stories we got out of it really drove us to make the podcast and decide on the name and the group branding and everything like that. And then here we are, the Misfits podcast, and every other dumb, weird, or tantalizing story that we've made through varieties of bad decisions. We talk shit on the podcast.
Yeah, it's sort of interesting because we're all still very young, like we're all in our early 20s. Well, except Swag was like 35.
32. I just turned 32.
I actually lose count. Like sometimes I swear to God, you look like 7 years old. Sometimes you're like 25. Sometimes you're freaking 35. What's the deal with that? Is it just your skincare routine or?
Benjamin.
I'm
Button.
Italian.
Yeah,
oh, that's it.
It's the olive oil.
I see.
It's like he bathes in olive oil.
Shit,
Dude,
really? That's the secret.
It's extra virgin too.
Damn.
Dude. It's how I like it. How I like
Fuck
it.
yeah, dude.
No, fuck. Let's be honest. If anyone is actually new to the show, they're just gonna be so fucking confused at this point.
Yeah,
aren't they?
I don't think they really. I mean, tell us a bit about yourself, Cam. We'll just go ahead and just do a self introduction.
My name's Cam. I've got the plan. I have a short attention span.
Oh my god, what?
How you
I better not be going next because that was fucking sick.
No, I'm 23. My name's Cameron. My YouTube name is Fitz. Somewhat of a gamer. I like, hanging, talking on this podcast.
Long walks on the beach.
It's like an AA meeting.
I've been an alcoholic for like 7 months now, going strong. 7 months.
Wait, so you're not sober. You've just been drinking for 7 months.
It's kind of like a reverse AA.
Oh,
it's
like proud of you then.
Yeah,
it's just a frat.
Well
it's just a frat meeting.
Yeah, I just got my 8-month fucked up coin. That's pretty good. It's been completely fucked up for 8 months.
It's good. Proud of you.
No, I don't know. I'm just a dumbass YouTuber. Is on a podcast. That's basically who I am.
Yeah,
it's going pretty well. Jay, we don't need to applaud. We don't need to applaud.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
fine. Jay, just go ahead.
yeah. Same instance. I'm 21 years old. 21. Play games on the internet. People like watching it, and off camera, off my YouTube channel, I just fucking
Play World of Warcraft and
fucking talk shit.
Yep. Nice.
I don't know. That's it.
Mad.
Yeah, I'm Matt. I'm 24. YouTube name is iNotorious. I'd say I'd upload videos, but I don't really anymore. It's been about 10 months now.
Some stuff coming soon, though, dude.
Oh, yeah, you saw
some
it.
stuff
I'm
coming
working on
soon.
some stuff, but it'll be good when we get back to it. Same as these guys. I started off in video games, but I took a bit of a break, and now I'm just trying to move on to other things.
Yeah, it was way better than my AA meeting thing, bro. Now I just feel bad because that was like very professional, and now I just look like a complete fucking mess. Like I'm.
Nothing wrong with that.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing wrong with a bit of mess.
You could do a retake.
No, it's fine. I'll just, it is what it is. Swagger, you go ahead.
Hi, I'm Swagger Souls. I'm 32. I wear a helmet. Yeah.
Before you complain to the start, like, what the fuck is this? Why the fuck is this cunt like in chainmail?
Yeah. I should probably start with what the fuck I wear this shit for. I basically online, like even starting YouTube. I wanted to do IRL content. I never wanted to do face cams or webcams or anything in streaming or videos. But I knew that I wanted to be creative and I wanted to do some IRL stuff. So I looked through my closet. This was in my closet from it was like 3 years before I even started YouTube.
Where'd you get that?
My mom got it for me.
Shout out, Mom.
Fucking somewhere. I think she actually went to went online to a shop.
It was hers. She passed it down there.
Family heirloom. No. But my mom got it for me. I think it was I wanted to make it like a Halloween costume, but I also wanted like a showpiece in my room because at that time I was really into like knights and medieval shit. Dark Souls, which is why my name is Swagger Souls. My original profile picture was a picture of Solaire, which is like the Sun Knight from Dark Souls, but I've since moved away from Dark Souls branding because I never play the fucking game anymore.
Yeah. And you don't want to get fucking sued.
Yeah, well, that as well. I mean, so this was lying around. It ended up fitting with like the current thing that I was doing, and then I started wearing this. I wanted to keep like my anonymity and a lot of people ask me why I wear like the helmet, why I want to stay anonymous, and I've been over it like briefly before, but mainly it's just, you know, I just value the privacy, and I value the comfort that comes with meeting people and them having no idea who I am or like what I do, and they treat me normally with no
like a pedestal.
With no preconceived notion. You know, people when they see me are clueless, and then I can have a genuine interaction.
Yeah, or just go out in public and don't know who's the fuck.
Well,
you are.
You know,
it means you can like rob people without a mask.
Dude, it's fucking amazing.
It's great because most robbers like have to wear a mask, but you just don't have to worry about it.
What happens if you walk into a bank wearing that? They'd be like, "Oh, hey, it's Swagger Souls."
hey, open a bank account. Yeah, dude. But you know, that's the reason. You know, why I wear this and all that. It used to just be the helmet. I used to not wear anything under it, but now I have, you know, I still have the chainmail, and now I have this so that I can at least, you know, not have to wear this an entire podcast. When I put that on, it's hard to hear.
Release the eyes.
Yeah, dude. So
I only put it on once just to show the camera for the new viewers.
Well, well, just be careful of these lights here,
Can
bud.
you fit it over the headphones?
No, definitely not.
No, you have to take them off. Toby, while he's doing this, maybe you should start talking about yourself a little bit.
Boom.
I'm Toby. I like long walks on the beach, and I'm looking for a fat-ass white girl.
He's looking for a fat-ass white girl. Any fat-ass white girls in the comment section, just let us know. By the way, Swagger's got his helmet on, and it's cool.
I can't hear anything.
Swipe right if you love Jesus.
Oh, I heard something about Jesus.
Yeah, you can't hear anything. That's fine. That's great, Swagger. You can take the helmet off now.
That is Swagger Souls.
That's Swagger Souls.
That's the backstory of Swagger Souls.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's interesting because, like, what the Misfits really is to me is just a bunch of, like, young people that are kind of, like, I don't know. I feel like your early 20s are pretty, like, important. It's an important part of your life,
yeah,
right?
they are.
It's, like, your formative, like, social year. Well, I guess, I don't know. It's an important part of, like, your formative social years. And we're sort of living them in this weird sort of environment where we're just, like, I don't know. We're YouTubers and we're doing events, and
it's very unique position we're in.
It's kind of a little crazy and, you know, a little cringe and a little spectacular.
Excuse me.
You know, I don't know. It's just, this show is basically just about us shooting the shit and just saying whatever we want to say and just discussing our lives or our travel journeys or just stories in general.
Yeah.
And just talking about life through the perspective, through the lens of just a few retards.
Just a few retards.
Just a couple retards. I mean, Swagger's actually quite knowledgeable. He drops some nice, like, science facts from time to time. Here's a science fact from Swagger right now.
Dude, did you know that
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. No matter who you are, Squarespace can help build a website that works for you. Say you're a business owner who wants to promote your physical store and sell products online at the same time. You can do that. Or what if you have a big trip coming up and want to blog about it? Squarespace's customizable galleries allow you to show off your latest photos, videos, and ideas as you go. Maybe you're a bit of a show-off and want to announce your latest post with an email blast. Or if you're feeling shy, you can make password-protected pages to share your work
like get used to like the 0.3G gravity on Mars.
So what do you mean by fucked?
So when astronauts come down from the ISS that have been up in 0G for ages, the fluid in the ears that controls balance just gets fucked. People they'll hit the ground and then immediately like start like their eyes are going back to their head like they're doing
walk after that.
No, they can't.
Isn't some of their bones like they get longer or shorter or some shit?
It's bone density. People's backs decompress in space, so they actually grow a couple centimeters taller, which is why I want to go to space. But yeah, what people have imagined right now is to send have a capsule and a counterweight so that it spins with like a big diameter so that it goes from, you know, you're up, you're in 0G, you deploy, slowly goes back to 1G so people are kind of functional and comfortable. Right. And then as you start approaching Mars, it'll slowly go to 0.3 to get them ready for landing on Mars.
It just slowly calibrates your body.
Exactly.
I can just imagine they're this massive trip and they just get out of the spaceship or whatever.
It's like,
whoa.
Can you get high off that shit?
No. It wouldn't. If you did, it wouldn't be pleasant. It'd be one hell of a bad trip. But yeah, that's a fun fact about gravity.
That's a fun fact.
Cool.
Swagger facts.
That was fun. I actually already knew that one.
Souls.
Cool. Good on you.
No, it reminds me of that thing some people have where it's like an imbalance on like the liquid in their air just by default. So they just always like they get up in the morning, it's off balance.
That's what happens when you cut the whiskers off of a cat.
Do you want to hear
they can't balance.
something fucked? I don't know if I've told this before, but a story my dad told me was when he was in class, when he was in high school, some cunt, like they were in class, and some cunt walked behind this guy who was just working, stabbed a pencil in his ear, and he could only like run like that. When he tried to go in a straight line, he could only go like, whoa, and everyone made fun of him.
Well, so he had a constant like right lean.
Yeah, because like it fucked all the shit.
So it's just one day in class, fucking John Wick just goes.
I think he was just like fucking. I think he must have been like pissing him off or something, and then
straight in the ear hole. It's like one of the worst holes to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Like, what do you reckon the worst hole is to get stabbed in?
The urethra.
You think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's probably pretty up there. You know, I don't know. Like,
pretty bad.
If you get stabbed up the nose, though, is that already a hole?
It is technically. It is technically a through hole in the body.
Ew, yucky, fucking yucky.
I want to fuck the hell out of your tear ducts, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lube it up with some lacrimal fluid.
Yeah, just cry on that cock.
Tight ass ear duct.
What's that called? A sad wank where you use your tears?
Sad masty. That's what it's called.
It's a salty wank.
Sad masty. Sad masty. That's what it's called.
Man, masty's a great word. I'm just gonna have a brief masty.
Quick masty with the boys.
Masty on Full Sails, mate.
Yeah, we're going back to pirates.
Full sail masty.
Masty and across the 7 seas. I'm just all about pirates today, guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
they're on my mind.
You should play some Sea of Thieves.
Maybe. Guys, I don't know if I like gaming anymore.
No?
Same.
Yeah. Really?
Same, yeah.
Are you serious?
I've been disliking every game.
What about WoW?
Well, I mean, it's just nostalgia. Like, you can't go wrong with a bit of nostalgia.
It's like playing RuneScape.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you'll do it for a week, and then it'll be like, fuck, it's the same shit. I'm going to quit again. But other games, just dead. I hate it. It's fucking boring.
It's interesting, eh?
I feel like games are just all the same these days, you know? Like, even Valorant, like, it looked cool watching streams, but then after, like, 20 minutes of it, you feel like you've seen the whole thing, you know?
I still haven't given it a good enough shot. I think with a game like Valorant, you really have to, like, fall in love with the competitive element of it.
Yeah.
Kind of like Counter-Strike.
You have to try hard.
You have to, like, get that sweaty grind on.
I can fuck around with it. I mean, the big thing that I like right now is VR.
Yeah.
I think that's the next
I keep trying to get as many fucking people as I can into it, but
I'm scared of the virtual world, man. You know, there's all kinds of scary things in there.
It's just so much more. It's, you know, because it was always like a grind of, you know, sitting in front of your fucking monitor with your mic in front of you and playing a game and looking at shit and you know, just sitting down. And you know that gets boring.
That sounds so terrible.
Having
a sit.
You know, it's just it was monotonous to a point where it was just like, okay, I'm just gaming and recording it. But when you're in VR and recording it, it's like you're in a completely different like place. You know, you're actually in a different world, and you can fucking interact with people and put your arms out and dance and fucking grab people and get right up into their face.
Yeah.
Like the potential for just fun is maximized. Because
can you be a pirate?
Yeah.
No way. I wonder how big
everything.
VR got during like quarantine and stuff, because there was like no traveling and shit.
Did they? I heard they're like doing like VR concerts or some shit like that.
You know, doing a lot of shit with VR.
Yeah.
You know, especially after the Oculus Quest came out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that really pushed it into the hands of a lot of consumers.
Fucking sick.
And it's pretty decent. You know, VR is like the next wave. I mean, you know, Josh Stubbs and Mully and all those guys like are absolutely killing it. I've been playing with them. Those sessions have been fun. Like, you know, I just want to play VR with more people. But, you know, I think a lot of like COVID and just like being inside really fucked a lot of my YouTuber friends. Like they just kind of just wanted to like fuck it. Like I don't want to fucking record. Like I just want to hang out.
Yeah, it's not been a great time for mental health.
No, not at all.
I reckon it's at an all-time low, and I reckon a lot of people don't even know like how fucked up they've become because of COVID. You know,
it's just like a slow descent.
Yeah, it's just everyone's just going a little crazy. The world just seems like so on edge, you know what I mean? And not like the fun way where you're edging, like with your pirate, and he's like
you're having a sad masty.
Sad masty, you know. It's not like that kind of edging. It's like a bad kind of edge. It's like
I completely agree.
It's like
with
a sharp, pointy edge.
You know, it's fucked when you're afraid to clear your throat in an Uber. Because you don't want to scare the driver.
Ubers are scary because you're just thinking about how many cunts have sat in this place today and touched this handle and spit on the seat,
farted on the seat.
Yeah, I miss spitting on the seats, but now it's like polite, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Can't even have a masty in the bank.
Kind of a sad masty.
Sad way society's going these days.
Toby is just disconnected.
Toby disconnected.
She either has the worst internet in the world or she's just bored. Oh, she's back.
And she's back.
Toby?
Bye.
I think you guys disconnected there.
Well, we have shit internet in this undisclosed location.
Yeah,
hopefully,
that's right.
hopefully we'll be fixed.
In this
when are they
fucking
gonna
garage.
get with the VR? When do you think they're gonna have like VR esports and shit like that?
They already
probably
have
do
some
have
kind
it,
of
yeah.
VR esports. They have like Pavlov and Onward tournaments and shit where people like are up on stage with the VR headset doing things.
That must be so
I'd
weird to
fucking-
spectate to watch
I'd
them on
fucking
stage.
kill in that shit, dude. I would kill in a Pavlov thing. I like playing an FPS like Pavlov, which for people that don't know, it's practically like Counter-Strike in VR. But, you know, you actually have the gun. You actually have to reload it. You actually have to pull back the charging handles. You have to know how guns work. You have to aim down the sight. You have to line it up.
The only
you
problem
have
I
to,
have with it is the movement. That's the biggest thing with VR that's holding it back. It's like walking is still just very clunky.
It was really good with the Knuckles controllers on the Valve Index.
Yeah, that was nuts when I tried it at your place. The
But
fucking
my fucking
fingers and shit on that
my
thing.
index controllers are shot. My left thumbstick is drifting like it lives in fucking Tokyo. So it's not working.
Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift, bro.
Oh, like the movie.
Yeah,
Like the movie. I actually haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen the movie.
Really?
Honestly, I have seen it, but I cannot remember it for the
It's
life
the
of me.
dude who's like, the DK. Do you know what the DK is?
Donkey
What is
Kong.
DK? Donkey Kong.
yeah, I remember you actually saying that in like a video. of mine.
yeah. It's
But
fucking-
I didn't actually know that it was a real line from the movie. Like, I thought
Really?
that you were just saying, you know.
No, it was stolen.
It's just a stolen joke.
Stolen joke.
Oh, Swagger's just on a risky sip at the gamer subs.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I miss. That's one of the things I miss being in New Zealand. I don't have any gamer subs.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Well, let me tell you where you can get some.
We got some gamer subs right here and on the wall. Cameron drew a little
fucking
thing right there.
That's me. I'm Cameron. I drew on the wall with my chalk because I'm a child. But
Do
I
you
also
know where we
love
can
gamer
get
subs.
these though?
Well,
Do you know where
man,
we can buy these?
I'll tell you, buddy. Go over to gamersubs.gg.
Yeah.
And buy whatever you want. Fill
Damn.
your card up to the brim.
Shit, well,
and
that
use
sounds
code.
expensive though.
Yeah, well, that's why we have a beautiful code for you, Matt. Code Misfits.
Oh,
No
Check out.
way.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's 10% off.
Yeah, which is like that's like 10%, right?
That's a
It
lot.
is. It's
That's a lot of
1/10.
percent.
Better than once.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
1/10.
Yeah, so like
1/10 of the price.
yeah, which I don't know if you guys know much about maths. Like we could go into it and explain it, but it's actually
Yeah, you
like
can pull out the theory.
it's
It's like less than the amount you would normally pay.
it's like
Yeah.
a fraction, you know.
Yeah.
So
Fractional amount. So
Yeah.
you're paying 9/10 of
sometimes
the
a
price.
decimal.
yeah.
9/10 of the price that you would.
So I will now explain how fractions work.
Okay, so say you have a cart with 5 gamer subs Dragon Fruit Punch,
Okay.
but you add to the cart 5 lemonade
Jay,
gamer
stop kicking
subs things.
Yeah.
Teacher
That's
keeps
it.
kicking me.
I'm not kicking.
Hey, stop it, you fuck!
I'm not. My legs
You don't
are
have a
up to the
future.
side.
You don't have a fucking future.
I look. I'm like I'm fucking riding a horse.
Pay
with my
attention.
legs
You
up.
Pay
will
attention
amount to like
hang on,
nothing.
hang on.
Okay.
Wait, what the fuck is that shit?
This is cultural difference at its finest.
Wait, what? So okay, what we're doing here, audience at home, is when the teacher in the classroom claps this.
You
What
go
is-
bam, 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 bam.
No, dun, dun. How does
No,
it
no,
go?
it go,
You don't copy the teacher?
Yeah, for us it's
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that was the same for me, and I'm
Yeah.
from New
Oh,
Zealand
yeah,
as
they
well.
just
I
did the same
wasn't
thing.
taught to copy the teacher. I was taught to do my own thing and step outside the
Ah,
box.
look at
Oh,
this
To
guy.
this
big
stick.
IQ there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we did that, we just got bullied. So.
Yeah, true. True. It's like,
It's just like the teacher does that, and then some guy just does like a beatbox improv.
And the teacher goes, conform! Conform! You know? So, yeah.
Have you guys ever had a teacher tell you that you won't amount to anything and that yada yada yada?
I had a bus driver tell me that once.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I
just out of
told
the
my
blue.
teacher that he wasn't going to amount to anything.
Oh,
You
really?
seem like we were a very backward school.
Jesus Christ.
It's like
Yeah, we were taught to live our own lives.
teachers are
Wow.
just like pathetic, and you're just like you're teaching them shit. It's just an AA meeting for adults, but like
Literally.
hosted by children.
That's how it is in New Zealand. Yeah,
Wow, New Zealand's like actually kind of got their shit together. Wow,
seriously.
the children are the leaders of your nation.
Wow, the children are the future of the society.
Wow, dude, that was deep.
Is that
Damn,
deep?
bro.
That was deep. That was
rock, bro.
philosophical.
If you thought that was deep, leave us a 5-star.
That's deep as a puddle, bro. I love
Tell
this
us how deep
podcast.
it was.
This is great.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oi, what's the deepest puddle?
The Mariana Trench.
Is that really a
The
puddle?
Marinara
though? Come on,
Trench.
that's like the whole ocean swagger. I don't know if it's a puddle.
It
Come on.
kind of is.
Yeah,
Kinda is.
but I guess the ocean is just a puddle.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
To like a really, 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 really big person.
Yeah, like a big guy.
Yeah, like a
Godzilla.
really big guy.
Hey, you're a big guy. you're not gonna think that
For
the
you.
ocean's like the ocean, right? It's like,
Yeah, you're just kind of like, oh yeah.
Toby, what do you think?
I think that the land is more like the puddle because there's more water than land.
Wow.
Oh my God! See,
Oh.
New Zealand thinking outside the
That
box.
is outside the box. Damn, us Kiwis really
It's
got it
crazy.
together,
We've
don't
got
we?
our stuff together. Zero coronavirus cases.
If you're from New Zealand, turn the fuck up, dude. You guys are killing
Straight
it.
up.
It's got
Just-
fucking New Zealand over there in
Just do
America.
the hockey.
No, don't disrespect. Don't disrespect the
yeah.
Maori culture like that.
How do you do it?
brother?
How do you do
Oh,
it?
we can't.
Brother.
We can't do
You
that.
can't do it. You can't.
Well, we can.
Were you guys taught that? Isn't that like a culture
Yes.
everybody shares?
So everyone at home, if you don't know, New Zealand is home to the indigenous people called the Maori people.
Maori people.
And
Maori.
in school, growing up, like we were, taught a lot about Maori culture, and actually were like encouraged to like, we did like hukas and stuff at school.
Yeah, there
What
was
is huckas? What the hell?
Explain what a
Kapa
haka
haka.
is.
It's
Explain what
a
haka is.
Māori.
It's a war dance.
Yeah, it's a war dance that was used to intimidate people.
They stick out their tongue, right?
Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
they were supposed to look like savages and beasts and stuff, and it was to
Yeah.
intimidate the opponents, enemies.
Yeah, like our
it
rugby
really
team,
worked.
The All Blacks will like do a haka before every game. It's also used not just for war, but also to like honor people like
Yeah.
in death.
Mm.
You guys
at
know how to do
funerals
a
and
haka?
things. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Surely show up. Oh, to get it?
yeah,
Got
got
the
another
got the
mosquito, boys.
mosquito.
We are racking up the kill count here.
Up to
Yeah.
2 now.
Yeah, that's a 2 for
One more,
0.
get a UAV.
Yep, the All Blacks.
Get a UAV.
All Blacks do it before every game, and they're best in the world.
Yeah.
So, what does that say? What does that tell you?
Yeah.
Did-
It works.
I could be wrong. This could be another group of indigenous Pacific Islanders, but wasn't there a Maori tribe that cracked open the skulls of
Didn't you bring up this like a week ago?
Was it a week ago?
I don't know. You brought
Oh
this
no,
up.
it was 3 weeks ago. They crack open their skulls, they eat their brains to consume their power.
Oh, you're just thinking
what
of
the
zombies,
fuck?
mate. It's
Oh,
not-
like
Yeah, no, I'm
there
not
was
sure.
I don't know if it
I
was
think
a
there
Maori,
was like
but it could
Moriori.
Moriori.
That was that they were like, I think they were the. I don't know if this is the right word. Predecessors
Predecessors,
to the
yeah.
Maori people,
Uh-huh.
and
the
they
Moriori.
they
gave
died. They
birth to the
died
Maori?
off. I'm pretty sure. I'm not. I could be completely wrong,
Yeah,
but they
like,
were.
Everything we say is just so ignorant. So
Yeah,
if we're
take
wrong
that
at
with
all,
a grain of a lot of salt.
yeah, like
Well,
If
look,
you're
a
coming to
rock
this
of salt.
podcast for information, you're
Look,
at the wrong
guys,
place.
I'm sure everybody listening to this podcast right now has critical thinking skills, and if they
Yes.
say, "Hey, that might not be right," that they'll fact check on
That's
the
right.
right.
100%, and
And
I'm
not just
absolutely
get
okay with
upset.
that.
You know, nobody here is
Yeah.
an expert.
Yep.
All
Exactly.
we are people that consume from the great hive mind that is the internet, and
That's
then
right.
regurgitate our opinions into a microphone.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. God, I love being alive.
I love my
Just so
country,
fucking
and I
cool.
love being alive.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
Do you guys love your country?
Yeah,
I do.
I love my government.
I love America.
Yeah.
I also love Australia.
I love everyone. I love you guys.
Yeah, I love you guys
no,
too.
you guys
Yeah,
are
2
nice.
years.
Look at
2
that.
years.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
I
2
love you,
years.
Toby.
Cheers.
Wow.
Love you, Toby.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like it's like a long distance kind of love, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but,
like you know.
Oh yeah.
And we
Yeah.
love Mason.
We love Mason.
And we
love
also
Mason.
all love
Rest his
Mason.
soul. Sorry, he's
No,
not
he's
dead.
He's
not
not
dead.
dead.
He's definitely not
Don't
dead.
say that.
We did not kill
It's a
him.
heart
We did
attack.
not kill him.
Yeah, we didn't kill him.
Yeah, he's chilling in July.
Yeah,
Having it, kicking his feet up.
that's right.
Yep.
Yep, not
Not
dead.
6 feet
Having a
under.
VB.
Not 6 feet
July.
under. Not there's no he's not dead. Is what
He's
I'm saying. That's for
alive
sure. Alive
and well.
Yeah.
Wait, Mason's not dead? Oh.
Guys, gamersubs.gg code misfits
10% off.
10% off. What do you reckon
Yeah.
about that?
Love it.
I
Absolutely love it.
reckon that if this dude drank
Yeah.
some gamer subs, he'd grow to my height.
That's like your original one, drunk gamer subs, and now
Yes,
it's that.
dude. He's like a mushroom power up in Super Mario.
Do you like put him in the tub and it like slowly expands to full size?
Yeah, it's like one of those little foam things you drop that are in the pill
One of
capsules.
those.
Have you ever had
like
those?
the little sponges. Or
Yeah,
like the
like the
washcloths.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You guys ever had
Uh-huh.
that shit where you take the
Yeah,
little,
yeah,
little
and they
pill
get
and
massive.
get massive?
Yeah.
Can we talk about
That was
those?
my firstborn son.
We should talk about these.
Explain what this is that you're holding to our audio
That's Toby.
listeners.
Can you put him
Uh,
down?
No.
Well, what Swagger and Fitz are holding right now, you may remember a year ago we released little vinyl figures, Fitz, Swagger, and I, and since it's been a year, we have released an anniversary edition. Fitz has just kissed me.
Yeah, is that
I've
okay?
never been more aroused
it-
in my life.
Oh, it is okay then. Great.
I'll
great.
kiss me.
But yeah, we thought, we released a big 1 foot limited edition
How
releasing
sick
on
is
the
that?
28th of June.
28th of
It's
June.
pretty epic.
Yeah, they're big as. Like they're actually so
Like
big.
they're actually big
Yeah.
as.
That
like
one's
a-
the life size
Come
too.
on, he's-
oh damn, that's
Mm.
hot. That's
Yeah,
making me horny.
What you're
right
hearing
now.
right now is
Oh,
I'm
yes.
making Toby and Swagger
Is
cake.
this
let's-
Shagger
let's-
Holes?
let's do- hang on, let's do the.
I love you. Sorry, that was
I
really
hate
fast.
you.
I don't know why I said that on the first day.
Dude, not good.
Yeah.
U2's
Not
goes
good.
hard, man. Like,
Yep.
that is
This
sick.
is the 1 footers. This is probably going to be like the last one I do for like a while.
Ooh.
Probably for like a pretty long time. I've done like so many figures with U2s.
Yeah.
It's always been a pleasure to work with them. They're very, very good creators. And why not go big or go home for the last one for a while?
I would rather own the big one, than any of the other ones. It's so startlingly large.
I would too. It's like a good it's a good showpiece.
Yeah.
I think they're about $90.
$80, I think.
Oh, is it 80?
That's less than what he bought.
I
so
hope
that's
it's
like a
80.
positive
I
thing.
hope it's 80 because that would be fucking PogChamp.
But that is going to be a collectible.
It will be good. It's going to be limited, of course.
Yeah.
When do they come out?
I think it's June 28th.
Wow.
June
That's like
28th.
That's like startlingly soon.
Mark
It
the
is.
frickin' calendar,
Mark
guys.
the calendar, June 28th. If you guys want me and Toby to make out in
potentially
your
the last
rooms.
ones we do.
Potentially the last ones that we do for at least the foreseeable future.
Amazing.
I have a quick question.
Go for it.
Can you put the Toby one on top of Swagger's helmet?
Ooh.
I mean, on top of the Swagger one's helmet.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Let me
goodness.
see.
Oh my goodness.
You
You can
that.
stack them.
All right, so
Oh, there you go.
theoretically, you could make a totem pole.
You could get a bunch of swaggers
Ah.
and just
Oh.
stack them on top of each other. That would be
No way. They stack as well?
Dude, what were those toys? Did you guys have those where you could like stack them and like they had arms like lock and
that's
shit?
not
Like
good.
monkeys?
Kind of, but they were like plastic and they were
No.
like
Bionicles.
no,
Jenga?
no.
Jenga?
No.
Are you
Tonka?
talking about
Monopoly?
monkeys in a barrel?
No, they're like these little square plastic things.
what are
And you
those
could like
monkeys
move their
doing in the
legs and
barrel?
shit. And they'd stack on top of each other like that. They'd grab onto each other.
I'm trying
They
to
came
remember.
like Happy Meals and shit.
Were they
one time.
magnetic?
No, they were just plastic.
Oh, I'm not sure.
What were those things? Oh my
No
god, that's gonna
idea.
drive me nuts.
What's your favorite toy?
My favorite toy.
Yep.
As a
Uh,
kid, definitely Bionicles.
I gotta think about
Uh-huh.
this.
That's Bionicle.
Bionicles are cool.
What do we constitute as a toy?
Butt plugs, dildos,
Yeah,
vibrators.
flashlights.
Yeah.
Cock ring,
Yeah.
100%.
Cock
Cock
ring?
ring?
Oh, he's like cock ring kind of guy.
I see.
Ah.
Vibrating
I have
or
no idea.
no idea?
I'm the
Have you
least-
never slipped on a cock ring?
No.
No.
I hate that when you
heavens.
leave your cock ring line on the floor, you slip it, you slip
What-
on it.
Is
Yeah.
the point of a cock ring to keep you hard?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
have no
It's
Yeah,
supposed to keep
No,
the.
no. I swear it's to stimulate the clitoris.
What? I thought
I think it does both. I think
Maybe
like
it does both.
It like it's a cock ring.
it's like a tourniquet. It's like
It's a
a
fucking cock ring.
It's like
It's like a cock- like,
it's
there's
like
no
how
instructions, you
it's like how if someone gets shot in the arm, you tourniquet the arm so that the blood doesn't
Okay,
like leak out anymore. So for the cock, if it's filled, the blood vessels are full, and your cock is super hard, and you
Yours
tourniquet
leaks?
it.
Yours
It
leaks
won't. It
blood?
won't leak blood.
Oh,
but what I'm
okay.
saying is that it'll keep the blood there.
Okay.
Yeah. That you know. Yeah, you sure it doesn't leak blood?
No.
I don't know if it's worth the risk, boys.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I
to be
don't
honest.
know.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
not
but
testing
Toby,
that.
you are right. Like I think some cock rings are actually designed with vibrators built into them. Not that I would know
Yeah,
anything
I did
about this.
I did realize after you guys kept explaining that not all of them vibrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
That's
of
the
the-
thing.
So not all of them would be for that.
The best ones do though. That's
Those
the
are the
thing.
ones you get at, like,
Not that I
gas
would know,
stations,
but
though.
like
A gas
You get
station
those
cock
at like
ring?
vending machines. You put in a quarter.
No, that's a key ring.
that's a gumball.
You just put a
Matt.
metal key ring on your cock.
Oh
Other than
no!
that, you know how like sometimes you like put on a ring at a store just to like try it on and it gets stuck with your
Doesn't
finger.
come off.
That's the worst, and that happens with cock rings.
It's like
why you always use
it's like
lube.
from that Eric Andre movie where
I haven't seen that
they
yet.
had a scene. You know, like the Chinese, quote unquote Chinese finger traps
Oh,
that
yeah,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
in. It was Eric Andre and somebody else in the movie. They put their cocks in the
In
fucking
the
Jackass
Oh
did this
my
first.
God.
Interesting.
Can you imagine?
Oh, no.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
I did that with my sister once, and it was
You
like,
did
not
what with
that was my kid. No, but like an actual finger trap.
Okay,
Like I
okay.
had my finger
Thanks for
in, and she had
clarifying.
her finger in the finger trap, and then
Okay.
we were stuck, and my dad
Right.
had to get scissors and cut it in half.
Yeah.
Shit.
Dude, I think that what if like when both your dicks are in the finger trap, the only way to get it out is to come and to like
Because you
it's
have
up
to
and-
you have to
like
push
loose.
it together, so you would have to. That's like
Oh, you'd have
forced-
to dock.
You would
to-
have to
Oh.
dock.
stop.
You'd have to dock.
Fuck, bro. What the fuck are we talking
Yeah,
about?
like it's messed up, but I'm also like we should definitely get to the bottom
Yeah,
of
welcome
this.
to everyone who hasn't been on this podcast before or listened
Yeah,
to it. We've gone
what
from
the fuck?
pirates to video games to cock rings.
There's no way
Welcome.
that any new cunts are still listening. Like, there's
Yeah,
no way
I don't
that
think
any
so.
new cunts
Look,
are listening
guys,
still.
You know, it's fine.
Maybe like some guy just got it stuck on the radio and he just doesn't know how to change it, and it's the only thing he can
His
listen
kids
to
are in the
now.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's just
My favorite toy is a Happy Meal toy.
yeah, but favorite toy, like back to the original question.
Yeah, like real toys though. Like
Yeah.
So,
Like growing up, what was your go-to?
Well, in
Like,
America, guns were pretty common.
I
though.
like the what was it called, Matt? The one with like they had like wooden discs with holes in them. Tinker Toys. Tinker Toys.
Oh
no
yeah,
idea.
Yeah, fuck the Tinker Toys.
Sounds cringe.
It was
though.
like it was almost like an engineering thing. Like you
So that's
had
Lincoln
so
Logs,
boring.
Tinker Toys.
Yeah, Lincoln Logs were cool because like you could build little houses with
Build a
logs.
little log
But I
cabin.
had the Tinker Toys where it was like you could put a disc and then they had like different like wooden rods of different lengths and you can connect them together to make all sorts of shit. Bionicles were also fucking dope. Legos were dope. Like
Oh, what was the one? It was
building
like Tinker
shit.
Toys, but it was like metal. That had like screws and bolts and everything. You
oh,
could,
I have no idea.
build full on like. shit.
I like swear to God, I have no idea what a Tinker Toy is still. Any idea?
No
It was on
idea.
Toy Story.
It's been
Remember? I think which one of them had it in Toy Story? Was
I
like,
mean, I can
just
just
the the
I
fucking
just
weird ass
Google- I
baby
just
head that was
Google
bald,
Tinker
like walking
Toy.
around. I think he was on Tinker Toys,
Oh.
something like that.
You know what? I'm just gonna accept that I'm never gonna understand
Yeah.
this.
it's
I-
fine.
I'm-
I'll show you a
Yeah.
picture.
You said
after the
engineering and I
podcast.
got lost.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I started thinking about some other shit. I swear
Yeah.
to God.
I don't know, like, there was like you know robot toys and shit, but I liked anything that like I could build. Like I had like a like you know like the old show of like the robots fighting each other, like the
Robot
BattleBots,
Wars.
BattleBots, Robot Wars.
Robot Wars. Yeah, yeah. Watch
Okay.
that. shit.
Finding each
Like-
other like spiritually?
No, fighting.
Oh, fight.
Fighting
They had like
each other.
saw
That might be
blades and
better.
shit.
Not
They'd go
fighting,
at it.
yeah.
But like robots just finding
Oh,
themselves.
what was? Do you remember the black one? It was like Jaw Crusher, some
Dude,
crusher
I
thing
was
that-
like,
oh,
I was,
remember that
I don't remember.
Toby, what was your favorite
I was
toy?
like the grave digger of that shit.
I was one of those kids that just love little toy cars.
Uh huh.
Mm.
Okay. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
Hot Wheels.
Hot
or,
Wheel.
Oh,
race
big Hot Wheel. Oh,
tracks.
yeah, yeah.
Stuff like that,
Loop-de-loops.
yeah.
Uh huh.
That shit was hard.
I was like a poor New Zealand boy, so like maybe a stick.
yeah, a stick, a sulfuric
stick.
acid
the old-
pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a stick with like a little pointy little end on it. Think it's like a staff or some
Oh,
shit.
Oh,
Toby,
yeah.
Toby, did you have the whole like mat with like the whole city layout and everything on it too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
did you
yeah.
take-
I was never into Hot Wheels,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the tracks and stuff. I just had a little plastic maps, and I would just drive the cars around the map.
Did you also like when they had like a big parking lot? You'd park all your cars like it was a car meet. And you
Yeah.
had all your,
Yeah.
He knows. He knows.
That's Pog.
Yeah. My
Can't relate. Didn't have toys.
my favorite toy was definitely like Bionicles for sure.
Bionicles were
Every-
so dope.
Which generation did you get into first?
the entire like like lineage of Bionicles.
Oh, did you have the Gen
Really?
1s?
You had
I
all
had
of
Gen
them?
ones.
Oh,
I had
shit,
everything.
I
I
had one of
remember.
those. Gen 2 is when
Those
I
are
got
rare
into that
tape
shit.
Gen ones.
Yeah, I don't know if my parents still have them at their house, but like literally every single gift I ever got, I would shake the box and go, "Is it Bionicles?"
Yes, I fucking would go
Alright.
to like
Really?
gifts
You
for
talked about
Christmas,
this
you'd shake
before.
it, be like, oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking Lego.
Yeah, so much
It's just
to
a
the
big
That is so
tube, and
cute.
you'd shake it, you know, it's a Lego. You're like,
yeah,
okay.
and it just comes to the point where like even now as a grown man, I'll shake my gifts and say Bionicles, you know, just out of
Bionicles.
sheer habit.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie,
do
one
that
time
in
I cheated, and it was
Cochrane.
like you'd see like the tube sitting there wrapped up in wrapping paper.
Uh-huh.
You knew what it was, you didn't know what Bionicle it was. So
Yeah.
sometimes, sorry, mom and dad, I would cheat. I'd like
Oh my
peel the
God.
paper
As
a little
if your
bit.
mom
I
and
would
dad
like-
watched this fucking podcast.
Wow, that's like
Yeah,
worse
yeah.
than anything we've ever done.
That's
Oh,
fine.
you
The
don't
one thing
look
I'm
at your
apologizing
gifts.
for is like peeking in the gift. That's
Oh,
where
you
that's where I
don't
draw
do
the
that.
line there.
Cross the
That's the
line, bro.
line.
Yeah, it's the
Santa
line.
listens to this shit, dude. Like Santa's gonna bust
What-
your ass.
Do you ever
What's
get
the
that thing,
audience?
like you peel it back, you just see what color the lid was? You're like, oh, it's the green one. Yes. You know?
Nah, I
No.
love the surprise. I love the surprise.
Wait, they came in tubes?
Yeah, yeah.
They used to come in like
It was like a
cylindrical.
big plastic
Oh,
tube,
yeah,
and
I
it like had
remember
the cap.
them.
And just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, why the fuck we
That
talking
was
about
very
Bionicles?
sasatisfying noise.
why the
Why
fuck
is
we
the
talking about
fucking
cock
pole?
rings?
We're gonna well,
True.
cock rings at least
Wanna
is
go back
relatable
to
to our
that?
Zoomer audience.
How would
Yeah.
how would you pronounce Bionicles if it was a Greek philosopher?
Bionicles.
Bionicles.
Oh,
Bionicles.
okay, I was way off.
Bionicles.
Bionicles.
Sorry, I don't speak Greek.
Yeah. Yeah. I also had
Gyro. Gyro. Slovaki.
I also
Dead.
had like
HSP. Sorry,
what the
Karen.
hell are you guys even talking about? You're
Fucking
saying
I
like
don't.
various
Greek.
acronyms
Speaking
and
Greek.
shit?
Yeah.
HSP. I heard that. Oh, bad, bro. Sorry. Did you guys have like a sentimental toy growing up?
Yes, my
Ooh.
stuffed monkey George.
You call him George?
Yeah, it was Curious George.
Oh my God, that's
He's
so,
a-
that's
he's a
so
stuffed
boring.
monkey.
That's like the white girl
Seemed
name.
to
I remember being like
You'd be
4 or 5, and my grandma walks through the door, holding it, and I was like, "It's Curious George." I was super into monkeys. I'm still into monkeys. I think
Yeah.
they're fucking
We pimp
amazing.
chimp
We
'em.
are pimp chimping.
You've always
man.
been a monkey guy.
I have always been a monkey man, and yeah, I actually brought that fucking stuffed toy with me.
Really?
Yeah, it's sitting in my bedroom.
Why haven't we been introduced?
Fuck.
I thought, well, you guys have come
I've
over
seen it.
before, but you guys don't come to my bedroom. Toby has, but
Why
let's
was
not
Toby
talk,
in your
let's not
bedroom?
talk about
I've
that.
been in Swagger's bedroom.
We'll just skip
Okay.
that. It's fine.
Pride Month.
I
turn up.
had a bear, and his name was Bruin.
Bruin.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a cool name.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
that's-
Russian name, like Bruin.
Did
know?
you come up with that? Or?
Yep. That's literally like what I was like very young when I got him. I cannot remember meeting this bear. I think I was fucked up. My mom got it for me, and I just called him Bruin, and that stuck. And he's like this little brown bear, and he had this like necklace made of cloth, and I used to chew it. Just a fun fact for you guys, because I was just so cracked out on drugs from a young age. I was just chewing on the, I was just like just gnawing on the string around his neck.
I feel that.
And yeah, like I kept that motherfucker on my shelf, so I could see him from my bed, like right into my teens. I was like, motherfucking Bruin, how you going, mate? To the point where I almost got scared of him for a while, because I was like, man, this guy's really keeping an eye on me.
Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
been there for 13 years.
Have you guys ever been paranoid in your bed and looking at toys around your room or something, thinking that they're sentient and they're gonna like come alive? I remember having like a sleep paralysis dream when I was really young, and a couple of like stuffed toys like got up and started walking around the room. And
What the
and
fuck?
like,
What if
and
they
like,
actually were?
like
It was
I
just
was
toys
I
in the
was
dream.
like my eyes were open and I was in my bed and I was looking around, but I couldn't move because I was paralyzed. But I could move my eyes. I was just seeing them all like crawl, like some were coming up onto my bed, turning their head, looking at me, looking away, and then coming back down. And then I ended up snapping out of it, and they were
And
on
then
the
you
shelf.
just hear,
But fuck,
"There's a
That is
snake
fucking
in my
terrifying.
I was like fucking 8 years old, so I
had no idea what the
didn't
fuck
e-
was happening.
I didn't even tell my parents about it. I don't think. Like I was just like, I was like, if I tell my parents, they'll come after me or something.
Thank you for
But,
opening up about that.
Dude, it's fine.
Toy
It's
Story
fine.
5 sounding lit.
Dude. That's what I thought, because I was into Toy Story at the time.
Yeah.
I was fucking big fan, dude. Zurg, all that shit.
Emperor Zurg.
Oh, I had the little
Buzz
RC car
Lightyear.
that you could drive, the old one.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that
dude.
shit?
I had all that shit. My dad made me a lot of toys in my youth. He
That's cool.
made I used to be really into Jimmy Neutron. He made me the shrink ray out of like a remote and
Really?
beads. He would
Genuinely worked.
DIY. Yeah, I used it. I used it on myself. I used it on myself, and I've never recovered.
Oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
I had Buzz and Woody too from Toy Story. I remember one time me and my brother had it. And my mom was in the other room, and all of a sudden she heard like this banging sound. She's like, "Fuck is that?" She comes in the room.
I remember
sees-
my first Woody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say it.
Yeah,
but-
playing with Buzz and Woody. We're like, what is that sound going on in there?
I was playing with
But
my
see-
Woody, and my mom heard banging sounds in the other room.
So you came to investigate.
Well, she
Oh,
walked
no.
in on us. She's like, "What the hell's that noise?" And we're like taking these things, throwing them up at the ceiling fan, watch them go fly across the room and smack into the wall.
Shit.
Imagine if they were sentient. They'd just fucking like they wake up the next day. and
We
be like,
finally got Bot Buzz. We're going to a good home. Bang!
You ruined my life, Matt. For the rest of your days. Yeah.
My granddad, when we were younger, made me and my cousins like guns made of wood.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
he would like
Same here.
construct guns out of wood and like like sand them down so they actually looked like guns. It was sick.
Shit.
dude, point him at a cop. Hell yeah. No.
Yeah, fuck 12.
Epic.
Did you guys play with the little green toy soldiers?
Yeah,
Nah,
dude. I
never
had the
had them.
parachute ones and fucking throw them off
yeah,
the
those
second
are
story. They'd fucking
Parachutes? What the
Throw
beat
off
the
the
That's
swing
ground.
set.
It's a very old school toy. I think those
Holy.
green soldiers. My
Yeah.
grandparents had them always at their house, and like a bunch of like old trucks as well. And I used to like, play
Oh, I
Oh,
had those. They're like
Hess.
the full size. Oh my god, I had like
Hess
every single
trucks,
Hess
bro.
truck from like 2000.
Dude, my
to, like, this year.
grandparents always gave me the Hess
Yes,
shit.
yes.
I remember telling them like, oh, I don't know if I like trucks, and they were like, okay. And then they got like Hess like airplanes and like fighter jets
they
and
had
shit.
like
I was
the
like, this
space
is so much
shuttle. They had
better.
motorbikes, everything.
It was
Shit.
awesome. That
I
was
don't
fun
remember
because
them.
you just fucking wind them up and they just fucking go.
I feel bad having this conversation for the Jay because he's just like, man, here I am with my
Like,
stick.
with my
I
stick.
hate my stick.
I did ask got like a fucking rock for Christmas once.
Yeah, was it
Yeah.
a nice ride?
It was a nice rock. It was nice and smooth, but
Yeah,
it
what
was,
generation?
Generation Z.
Oh.
Z. Yeah, Gen
Yo.
Z rock.
Gen Z ride.
I mean,
Th-
we
this
got Iraq
sounds
in our
ridiculous.
childhood too, but in a different way.
Sounds ridiculous, Toby. What does?
But like, remember there's a man who made millions of dollars selling fucking rocks.
The pet
Right.
rock.
Oh, the
Really?
pet
the pet
rock.
rock. Yeah.
Yeah, they remade
Yeah.
that now, and now it's a USB you can plug in.
Yeah.
A USB
Probably made
Pet
millions
rocks,
off that
like
one
they-
too.
It was literally just rocks in a box that kids bought and
Dude,
got for Christmas.
imagine you
fucking
imagine
crazy.
throwing your pet rock through some fucking geezer's window and being like, "Oh, sorry, I got my pet off the leash."
What are you doing, Craig?
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Get back here, Spike. Get back here.
And then the table just starts moving. It gets out like, what the fuck?
The rock just starts fucking shimmying.
No, I got a real rock for Christmas.
Just like a
My
default.
dad said he was going to get me a rock.
Did you name him Dwayne?
No, it was a rock.
Yeah.
So what did you end up doing with him?
Nothing. I just left it there.
Do you still have him?
No, definitely not.
Why did your dad get you a rock?
I think it was like a bit. He was like, I'm going to get you a rock for Christmas. And I'm like, no, you're not, because that'd be fucked.
Oh,
And then he got me an actual rock.
Deadbeat dad move if you did that.
Got me
Like,
an
don't
actual
do that.
rock. But then it was like, I think it was something like
What if it
like
just started
4
as a
years later or
bit and
something.
then you're... What if it
No.
started as a bit originally and then your dad saw you get excited? You're like, oh, thanks, Dad. Thanks for the
Yeah,
rock.
he's
It's
like,
like,
oh,
he
shit.
actually likes it. Okay,
Actually
shit, I
likes
don't
the
gotta give
rock.
him the other present.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was a bit.
Are you sure it wasn't Santa?
No. Dude, Santa, if
Yeah,
he
what
gave
if
me a
you-
rock, that's
what if they
fucked.
just
I wasn't
be
even
nice to you?
naughty.
You're just, it's getting cold.
What age did you guys stop believing in Santa?
I think it was like 11.
Yeah, for me it was like a week ago. That's crazy. I actually just found out that he's not
Really?
actually real.
What
yeah,
the
that
fuck?
blew my mind.
No way.
Because like, how else are those gifts get delivered?
Honestly,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think of that.
No, but
It's a fucking good point.
yeah, I guess I don't know. Amazon.
Have you guys seen? Did you guys see
Jeff
the like the
Bezos.
Santa tracker shit way back in the
Yeah.
day, where you would
Oh,
see
yeah,
him like
Go across the
live
world
go
map.
across the world on the
Yeah.
map,
The
and they had
NORAD
they
Santa
had
tracker.
they had like it was literally NORAD. They had like CGI renderings of fighter jets like pulling up next to Santa to escort him.
What?
There's like a
what
little like
fighter
picture of
jets?
Santa below like Uber Eats. Santa's on the way with your delivery.
Did you guys ever? Did you guys ever call Santa?
Yeah.
Ever
I call
his
them
number?
names.
It was like
big
oh,
fat
the
idiot.
New Zealand free phone
Sorry.
number is 0800.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like 0800 ho ho ho
I did
or
that.
something.
No, what
And
happened?
you would call it, and it'd be like Santa's fucking not available right now.
Santa's those exact words.
drinking.
Santa's fucking not available.
Santa's fucked
Some
up.
fucking like old guy. Yeah, Santa's fucking not available. Sorry.
He has eggnog.
Santa's fist deep inside Mrs. Claus right now. What the fuck do you want?
Leave a message after the beep.
It just goes, hey kid, Santa's not fucking real, and the government is a fraud. It's like breaks reality for children.
Holy fuck.
You reckon that like the parents raise their kids nowadays without even telling them about Santa? Like, is Santa still a
I
ritual?
hope not. I'd like Santa to be a ritual because I want to
Yeah.
see how far I can go. In just completely breaking my children's trust in me.
Really?
Dude, my parents were so fucking good at convincing me about the Tooth Fairy, about fucking the Easter Bunny, about fucking Santa, and I fucking fell for it like a dumbass.
Right.
Like an absolute idiot.
I
But
think
they
the
were
point where, like, you
fell for it.
so good at it, dude.
It's
They were
amazing that they
so
put that much
good.
effort
Yeah,
into
that's
hiding
sick.
it.
Dude, like I told the story about the butterfly and I was gonna kill it or something.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "No, stop!" And then like my mom wrote like a whole fucking document and printed it out and did like script
That's
cursive
so cool.
and said it was like that the butterfly that I saw was actually the Tooth Fairy and that we saved its life. And then to thank us for saving her life, she got us the Pokemon movie on DVD. And then me and my
That's so
sister were
sick.
like fucking going crazy, like, "Oh, we saved the Tooth Fairy.
my
Let's
God.
watch." So delusional. What
Yeah.
Kids are so dumb.
Yeah, my parents did the same thing, but for me it was like believing in myself.
Oh.
God.
No, just a little joke for you guys.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, of course I don't believe in myself. Who the fuck
Who does that?
Yeah, seriously, grow the fuck up.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah. That's wild though that your parents like actually put a lot of effort into
Yeah,
like,
that's
keeping the
sick.
illusion
Yeah,
alive. Like
dude.
well into your 20s as well. Like you were like, dude, I'm serious. Like everyone's telling me this is not real. Have you guys been lying to me? And they're like, no. Like here's the documentation. Here's everything.
Yeah, I found, you know, when I think I was like 11, and like I just stayed up. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna catch Santa. And see my
Gonna catch
fucking
him.
see my fucking dad walking down the stairs with the presents. I'm like, yeah, I'm an idiot. I went to sleep.
Fuck.
I would be pissed.
So Swagger.
Yeah, I was pretty
you say
upset.
Your parents thought they taught you that the Tooth Fairy was real, right?
Yeah.
And that Santa was real,
Mhm.
and they were really good at teaching you that the Easter Bunny was real,
Uh-huh.
and the moon landing was real. It seems like they did a really good job teaching you bullshit was real.
True. Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Like Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, moon landing,
Climate change.
climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Earth is round.
Oh, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Shit, almost got a UAV. Fuck.
Almost got the third kill on the bug there. Yeah.
But the moon landing was fake, right? Like.
Oh, 100%.
Haha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Swagger just hates it because he's an astronaut.
Yeah.
Hates this theory.
There's no way he could have done it because Elon Musk wasn't born when like they said they did it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
If Elon didn't tweet about it, did it really happen?
No.
I don't think so.
Did you guys watch that SpaceX launch?
Yeah, we
Yes, I
talked about
did.
it last week. I think it was fucking sick.
It was pretty fucking cool.
Why do they always have technical issues when the plane
When it lands on the
rockets
thing,
landing?
it's the vibrations that cut out they cut out the signal.
Gotcha.
But you know, I mean, it fucking went up into space and it landed, and they see it on the thing. So it's not like they can really fake that.
How do they get a green screen that tall?
Yeah, right.
Fuck, that's a good ass question.
Just tweet that at Elon.
I'm joking. I love the moon.
Space isn't real.
I'm absolutely obsessed with the
love the
moon.
moon,
The
like-
moon is the best cunt.
For any people living on the moon,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
dude,
fine.
like,
So it's all
Controlling
jokes.
the tides,
Absolutely love
etc.
ya.
Like,
Oh,
wow.
dude, tidal force.
How does tidal force work? Is it
Lunar-
like Space Force? What? Sorry.
I know.
No, but how do tides work?
It's the gravitational pull from the moon.
When the
Probably
moon
pulls
hits
the
your
water.
eye, like
a
a big
pizza pie.
That's
amore.
amore. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it works. I think that's
I
what
totally
learned
forgot
anyways.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a blast from the past.
Fuck, now I want pizza.
Dude, shall we order pizza after this?
I'm keen.
Having it? Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually so keen.
Can we just order it onto the podcast right now?
Nah.
It's 2 years.
Why not? It's 2 years. You might as well celebrate. We have a cake.
Nah, it's gonna take like 4 hours to get here.
Oh, no, I think
Can
Manuel's
you
bringing
guys-
cakes back. I think he's got cakes.
Can you guys
Oh,
Uber Eats me some so I
cool.
feel included?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we like definitely won't, but we'll say that we will. Is that good enough?
I mean, yeah.
Cool.
We got you, Toby.
We got you.
We got you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a camera. But
Oh,
okay.
you can see that?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. We have Toby hooked up to a what?
Yeah. Guys, this is actually kind of the end of the show.
Is it really?
I mean, yeah, it's been an hour.
How long have we been going for?
Like an hour. Do you
Like
want
an hour?
Do you want to bring anything else up? I mean,
Um,
you
We
know,
could probably just keep shit talking for a bit.
Yeah, I
keep
mean,
shit talking.
That's what we do best.
what else is here to talk about?
Spotify. Make sure to check us out on
yeah,
Spotify.
yeah. Well, 24 hours early, only on Spotify, of course. But
Yeah.
I had something that like I came up with this week that I wanted to ask. When you're in public, have you ever like just gone up to an NPC and like clicked E to interact and just have a conversation with a random person?
Like
have you-
socializing?
Have you ever like unprovoked engaged in a conversation with a random person?
Yeah.
I used to talk to random cunts on the bus.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, how recently have you done it?
Oh, not in years.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm saying. Like
haven't,
recently,
I
of
don't think
course,
I've
in the past,
experienced that.
sure, everyone's done it, but
That's
like,
what I love doing when you're
I
high.
haven't
is just
completed that
going
quest
up to
you know,
them.
do you
pretty
think
much
it's
it.
do you think it's weird for somebody to just interact with a stranger out of the blue, just like
It's
you know,
definitely
just-
unusual.
isn't it? But what makes it unusual?
The fact that no one does it.
But what about like fans though? Is that like
No, not fans.
Not fans,
just
or
like
not just
literally,
random
just
NPC?
you're out on the street. Someone's across the street.
It's a
What
yeah.
what if you just went, "Hey, how's your day?" Like that's fucking weird, isn't
That
it?
is super weird.
Yeah, I'd be very
it?
like
But also,
weirded out.
it's weird in the sense that it's unusual because it's not common, right?
It's
But
because like people
I would be
are-
like, well,
What?
thank you for asking. Let me tell you about it.
I think
Yeah.
that's a cultural thing. At least when I was in South Carolina for a bit, that was very common there.
fair because it's
Just,
rural.
Southern
and-
hospitality shit, maybe.
yeah, but that's because you're all family though. I'm providing zingers today.
Jay is really-
zingers today.
Yeah.
I'm joking,
Right,
man.
straight
They're not all family. I
KFC,
love
bro.
South Carolinas.
Yeah, yeah.
South Carolina's.
I love all three of them. I love everyone.
I love that brotherly love.
Yes, yes.
No, but yeah, it is unusual. But I think that people should do it more often. Swagger
You
sauce.
think so?
True.
Yeah,
I think
that you know, it's cool. Maybe we should just do that.
What if everyone listening to this
it's-
did that?
It's
Or
random.
just said hi to one random cunt. in the
Hey, if
street?
you're on the bus or if you're
We'll
in
just start a
public
chain
and there's
reaction.
somebody that you see that doesn't look like they'll kill you or hurt you, just say, hey. You
Those are
just
hard to
pause,
find.
pause this, look at somebody, go, hey, I was just wondering, how's your day?
or
Yeah.
and follow that up with, have you heard of the Misfits podcast?
Yes. On Spotify,
Good conversation
24 hours
starter.
earlier than anywhere else.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a cool thing to do. I think if someone actually just sparked up a conversation purely with the intention of just like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna say good day to this
it'd be
guy, I
cool.
would be like, okay. Depending on how they handled it. I mean, you can't be like socially retarded. You know, like if you're like just
What's an example?
like
Like they say,
me.
hey, you pull out pepper spray and go, get away from me.
You know, I mean, like from the person, if you're engaging with a random person in conversation, you better have like some shit to talk about.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
because
not
they're
make
going to
it
be
awkward.
confused. You have to understand that at first they're going to be a little confused as to what's going on. Like, why does this person want to talk to me? Is, you know, and you'd be like, oh, you know, like I know it's kind of weird that I'm just saying hey to you, but you know, I just feel like saying
I'm
good day to
lonely.
random people. Like, I'm actually desperately lonely and no one's in my life.
My
Yeah.
girlfriend just broke up with me. My
Yeah.
dad died of
Anything.
cancer.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I
just open up like way too much.
Yeah, vent to random.
Just treat a random person who you'll never see again as your therapist.
Well,
dude, foolproof.
And
no one's tried it yet, so.
You like began this hypothetical by talking about like NPCs. Like, what if you just start skipping through all the dialogue? So you just go, hey, yep, is that way? Yeah, that's a cool thing to do, though. I think, and times in my life when that has happened to me, it's happened a couple of times. I mean, most of the time it ended up me getting, but like the other times, like it was honestly like not that bad, and like that.
What did Fitz just say?
What?
What
Guys,
the fuck?
this has been the Misfits podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Celebrating our 2-year anniversary. 2 years. Edible soon.
Yep.
Two more years coming.
Two more years
coming.
Fuck,
and another exciting thing, almost at 100 fucking episodes. Almost at 100.
Milestones, baby. Let's go.
Milestones,
10 times 10.
back to back. 10% off.
10% off.
Gamersubs at gamersubs.gg with the code Misfits. Early on Spotify. U2s on the 28th. 1 foot tall U2s.
If you're gay, turn up.
Let's turn up. Pride Month.
That's right.
It's just back to back celebrations. Here's
all
to
around.
Misfits Season 2 coming soon.
Yeah, shut up, pirates.
Yeah, pirates, bruh, spaceman,
Pirates.
astronauts.
Bye, guys.
See you
Love
later,
ya.
guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.
So, now that Toast isn't here, someone needs to take over the role of the host, and I think I am the most suited person to do so. So, welcome to the 4th Offline TV podcast, everyone. How are you all doing today? Skara, let's start with you.
Well, I'm doing pretty well.
Thank you, Skara. Michael? Thank you, Michael. Yvonne?
Welcome, Michael. This is the first episode after Michael got announced.
Can we talk about all those
Thank you,
times?
Yvonne, for saying nice things about me, unlike some really jaded and angry people to my left.
I know. Scar.
He's talking about me.
He's been talking about you 100%. So.
That was cringe.
Sorry, Toast? Host?
Okay. We're gonna talk about the holidays because the holidays. Can we also talk about how hard it was to keep lying to our viewers that Michael Reeves did not live in the house?
I didn't have a problem.
I don't think it was a problem for anyone else.
I was so stressed every single time that I heard his voice outside my room. I'm like, oh, don't worry, guys. He's just driving over and visiting like every single time, like 3 times a day. It was like really hard.
Yeah.
But now the lies and deception can stop.
They paid off.
It was good.
Yeah, nobody knew.
Was it the hardest when you were in his room and started your stream? Was that like the hardest moment, or because that?
Yeah, how tough was that?
How tough was that?
Can we move on? I'm not proud of that. Okay,
I didn't realize.
Okay, we both didn't. Can we just move on?
As a host, you have to guide the discussion.
Okay, fine. Let's guide the deception.
What do you guys like to lie about?
I lied to my parents all the time when I was a kid, like all the time. Out
Really?
of fear. Yeah, they would
Out of
always
fear.
not let me do. Like they wouldn't let me do anything. Can I go over to my friend's house? If it was a boy, it's like no. You know, so I had to lie to them
And say it was a girl.
And say it was a girl.
I
I only had girlfriends. I never had guy friends.
in your
ever.
parents' eyes.
Yeah.
I think that's very common amongst like girls in general. My parents were exactly the same way. Like if I went out, I had to tell one of my girlfriends to be like, "Hey, can you say hi to my mom?" And then she was like, "Hi, Mrs. Pichu. Lily is here with me." And my mom would be like, "Oh, okay, you're fine." Like that's literally all it took.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Actually.
And if it was a guy, it'd be like, "Come home this instant." Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just weird. Anyway, I was gonna talk about the holidays, but if you want to talk about lies, that's fine. Michael, tell us some of your lies.
I lie to myself every day, mostly. I lied to I lied to my parents a lot as well, mostly about what I was doing. You have that one friend who's like good in your parents' eyes.
Oh yeah.
You know who that is. It's like, and then you have them say hello to them, and it's like, oh, everything is fine, and then like immediately go back to drinking or something, and and they go back to doing it too, but they're actually shitty people.
Yeah.
I was that friend.
Wow. Wait.
I thought you had a friend.
Well, you had a very That was a very good deception.
Yeah, very
Looking at him, I'm
deceptive.
not
I
that
like
surprised.
it.
What about you, Scara? What do you lie about?
I tell my stream I'm gonna start my stream on time. Every day they
Good
believe
one.
Do you tell them
another
that the
sucker
internet's
gets more.
not gonna cut out and there won't be
Yeah.
frame drops this time too?
You give them a little bit of hope.
Yeah. Oh, I love so my favorite part about getting lied to or getting lied to is when every time I move, I call the ISP or someone calls the ISP the week before or 2 weeks before.
Yes, the internet's wonderful here.
And the ISP says something completely bullshit, and then the week we move in, they tell us, "Oh, that person lied." I love that part.
So right now, our internet is so spotty that only one person can stream at a time. Today, Scar and I had to carve out blocks of time, and we're gonna do the same thing.
She streamed 2.5 hours yesterday, and I streamed 4 hours today.
No, I streamed 2.5 hours today.
Oh,
I
that's
streamed
what I meant.
7 minutes yesterday, Scar.
Yes.
And I stopped because you were streaming.
Yeah, that was my fault.
No, it wasn't your fault. It's the internet.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not.
the
It's not our
internet's
fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to holidays. You guys ready for Christmas?
Wait.
What are you thankful for? That's the wrong
That's
holiday.
Thanksgiving, bud.
Wait, are all of us staying for the holidays? Yes.
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 You ruined
for
it.
3 days. That's it. I'm just gonna be gone. You guys are just gonna sneeze and I'll be back.
Fucking nerd.
You know what?
To be fair, we're not really gonna do much,
Are
honestly.
you serious?
Well, we're doing something.
Yeah, Christmas stream.
Oh,
that's what you meant. I'm down to Christmas stream.
No, I have no idea.
We should Christmas stream.
Really?
That'd be cute.
Okay.
I'm down to do
Wait,
something.
whose stream is it on?
Oh, you want to talk about this after the podcast?
You wanna
I'm
No, let's talk
alpha
about it
now.
during.
I'm assertive now, remember?
Oh, wait, let's
So
have
I demand that I should put it on my stream.
Michael's first stream in Christmas.
Michael said he doesn't want to stream though.
Oh.
Do you want to?
Not soon.
See?
No, you gotta say it because now you get dibs.
I've been
It's
trying
like,
to
if you say,
gaslight,
yeah, I want my
like, my
first stream.
viewers,
Like it could be
Like,
on.
and Michael into thinking
Maybe I
the
should wait
stream's
until,
gonna
like,
the stream's gonna
internet
start at January 2020. It's not working very well.
It's gonna work. Don't
Are you
worry.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like the more I say his stream's gonna start at January 2020, like
You're just like kind of visualizing it
yeah,
and hope
yeah,
it becomes a reality.
it's gonna become a reality.
see.
I assure you,
The
it's gonna become a reality.
The best part about reality is when he streams, but it's not on Twitch. It's on like D Live. It's on something like that.
It's on Instagram.
I want to be.
Yeah.
I actually would be surprised if Michael did that.
Him,
All right.
him impued.
Do you guys have any fond memories of your past Christmases? Like, what did we do last Christmas?
Something
What did we do last
fun.
What did we do last Christmas? Do you
What
guys
did you
remember?
guys
what did we
do?
do?
Yeah, what did we do last Christmas, guys? What did we do last
I gave
Christmas?
you my heart.
We didn't have Michael last
next
Christmas.
day.
You gave it away. We're gonna get copyrighted. Can you please?
Oh, yeah.
You can't sing
Crap.
it. I don't remember.
Well, I know I spent it with you guys.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I
I
just
know,
don't
same.
remember.
And what the fuck?
Did you know about us last Christmas? Last year?
Huh?
Did you know about us last Christmas?
I knew of you, yeah.
Of you?
We were, you know,
Who was your favorite member last Christmas?
Yeah, who was your
Oh.
favorite member?
Oh,
You know,
you're looking at him. Okay. So nothing's changed. That's
you know
great.
he was a fan because he actually bought our merch.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's actually crazy. to me. I
Yeah,
can't.
that's
Wait,
actually
wait.
true.
I thought that was the case, and then I looked at what he normally wore. It's all YouTuber merch,
Yeah.
and I was like,
That is true.
he's the sucker we get every time.
Yeah.
But he did
Yeah.
buy our merch, so
I
that
like
means he was a fan.
any channel I like, I will buy their merchandise.
Aw,
Just, like,
that's
no
cute. Did you buy my merch?
questions asked.
Every time he liked someone, he said Lily.
I gave him a free hoodie. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, but now you have offline TV merch that you get anyway. You know?
I actually don't, and I'm running out of clothes because we don't have a washer dryer.
Okay,
this is my last
our
shirt. in
dryer
my
is coming on Monday.
Wait, I actually need to wash a dryer.
I need
too.
to wash it really
I
bad.
know.
You can wash your clothes, just
hand wash them.
Just do what me, Lily, do. Just wear the same clothes for like.
I actually don't wear the same thing. I actually
You
have a
guys
lot of
actually
clothes
do
that I
do
cycle
that.
through.
You know,
I actually
knew
don't
how
do this.
often people did the
she's not-
laundry,
she's-
right? I lived.
Oh yeah.
No,
you know.
I have so many clothes that it doesn't matter. Like I can literally last 3 months without laundry because I have that many clothes.
that's
Yeah,
actually
that sounds about
crazy.
right. She did her laundry every 3 months. You did your laundry every week. Toast did his laundry every week.
I think
Fed also did his
how
laundry
often you
every
do your
3 months.
laundry is like indicative of how many clothes you have.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's true.
So, mine's like every 2 weeks.
So holidays,
Someday we'll get to that topic.
Okay, so
religion.
where are we going to religion? As a host, would what do you think about religion?
So, have you guys ever been religious in your life?
I was raised religious.
I was raised religious.
What about you, Yvonne?
Nope. My parents were like a little superstitious about things. There's like some like Chinese like stuff that they believed in, but like they were never really like super like into religion either. Yeah. So I like also never really was really into it.
Wow, good talk. All right, so about Christmas. What are you guys most excited for about Christmas? Am I being a good host? I'm trying really hard.
Maybe
Christmas.
Yeah, pretty good.
Wait, I want to know what you guys did like the very first Christmas. I wasn't here. Like what was the first offline TV Christmas?
Oh, let me tell you about the first offline TV Christmas.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, as a fan, you should know.
I think we streamed that one.
Was that the Christmas tree one where Fed broke a tree?
Yes, that was the one where Fed stayed up till like 3 a.m. and broke like a fucking bench.
I remember this. Wait.
Wait a
Toast?
second.
Hey, man.
You want my spot?
Are you actually gonna do this?
Wait, are you kicking Yvonne out? Wait, are you serious? She got ready for. She got. Yvonne, you can share my mic if you want.
No, it's okay. I understand. It's fine.
Well,
no, Yvonne, you're right. We should kick Lily off.
Oh shit! Really? We're gonna tell her right now?
We get a fifth mic, right?
No.
We could
the
get a fifth mic.
5-man podcast.
Let's do it. I'm
Let's
down.
do it.
So,
No, Yvonne, you didn't put on makeup to not do a podcast.
Totally cool and taking it off now.
Toast.
Nah, it's already on your face.
Yeah.
But like, if
You're
you
wasting money by taking it off right now.
I will never use the amount of makeup that I have.
Toast.
What's
In your
up?
absence, I was a pretty good host.
Okay, what did you open with?
We opened with lies that we have told, Christmas and religion, and what else did we talk about? That's all we talked about.
What are some lies that you tell people, Toast?
Lies I tell people?
Let me guess. I never lie.
Nah, he's gonna say something like, "Catch me on Twitch.tv."
That one's pretty good.
I don't really tell a lot of lies.
No, general deception.
Nah, he's gonna
General deception.
What about as a child? You must have lied as a child.
I don't remember lying. Oh, I have one. My family bought me a new iPod Touch for my birthday.
Those are fun. Jetpack.
And then, someone stole it while I was at the gym, like during gym class. And I just told my mom, I left it in my locker because she didn't see me playing with it. So she just says, hey, can you bring it home? You know, how come I haven't seen it in a while? So I just kept up the lie. And then one day I had to confess. And she beat me and kicked me. And I had to sleep in the gymnasium at school that night.
Wait, this got dark real fast.
Oh, this is a great segue into. Did your parents ever beat you?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
A lot.
Just emotionally.
Really?
Wait, your parents ever hate you? You know, it's always so surprising to me when I see someone who grew up without being like physically
where's
like.
she going? Where's our fifth mic? Where's our fifth mic? Where's our fifth mic? I'm making executive decision.
Toast. Just admit that it's fine.
Well, yeah, you know, it's fine. Yvonne, let me ask about Yvonne. Did you get beat when you were a kid?
I did.
She
did.
did.
You deserve it?
Shut the stop.
I didn't get hit.
Just
Michael,
emotionally. You never. Must
was
be the new
quite nice.
generation.
Yeah.
Like
Very
Zoomers.
lucky.
Yeah, Zoomers didn't get beat.
Yeah.
I got beat so much. Like
Same.
I could literally
decent
count
amount.
10 different instances where they colorfully beat me.
Colorfully?
I mean, like with different
Interesting.
things, like coat hangers. Sometimes with a belt. Sometimes with just fists. Sometimes I think with a porcelain clock. My dad almost threw that at me. I fractured my toe once because of it, and I couldn't go to school because I was limping. I had a rough childhood.
What
That's
about
very
you, Toast?
Just that one time.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, my teachers hit my hand.
Oh, did they do the thing where you like, and then a ruler?
Yeah. The first person who hands in their test gets 1 lash per percentage point missing.
What the fuck?
It's to like make sure you double check
Double
your
check
work.
your answer.
So if you're first, it's like you're really confident. And if you get 90%,
Interesting.
that's 10 lashes.
I was always confident.
Wow.
Yeah, good times, good times. Also, they make us clean the school during period, like recess.
Isn't that like an Asian thing?
Yeah, that's an Asian thing.
I think
You're
that's really
responsible
cool.
for your own room's cleanliness.
Oh.
But thinking back, it was just free labor.
Honestly, like I think it's good that kids do it. They don't do it in America.
Yeah, I agree. Michael, do you feel like if you got beat when you were younger, you
Oh
would
my
turn out
God,
to be
can we always
adult?
A better adult?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think
we
so.
could try
We can test it
now,
out and
then
see in like 10 years.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Can someone bring over the whips or?
Coat hangers. Those plastic coat hangers. Sometimes they broke. I have so many stories. You want to move on?
Oh.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
What is
This
that?
like that is the thing to clear the jams from your airsoft gun that you got in the unboxing.
Okay.
Oh.
Also to
we
hit
should,
kids.
We should use the airsoft gun as punishment.
I feel like that would actually leave marks.
It would leave marks. I don't know if it will be permanent.
It will not be
Yeah,
permanent.
the bruise will only be permanent in your mind.
And on your body.
No, that's temporary.
So what did you guys talk about when it came to religion?
Oh,
That we are all atheists.
I literally just asked like, what was your past with religion, and no one was religious. But we grew up with religion.
Michael, do you think I'm religious?
No.
Hell no.
I think if you were religious, it'd only be because your family is.
No, I'm not religious.
Wow,
What an interesting, diverse cast of crew.
Okay, well, you guys are all atheists. I'm agnostic.
All right.
What's the
That's
agnostic?
quirky.
Yeah, it's
You
quirky.
believe there's something, but you don't know what.
Yeah, maybe.
Pretty much.
I think it's without the
Ah.
evidence.
Without the-
Yeah, it's like
yeah, but there could be.
Yeah,
could
it's
be.
it's like I gave there. It's like
I
say-
could be challenger.
Yeah, it's like atheist, but a probably, or maybe.
I think there's a purpose to life.
Yeah.
Like this world
Really?
was created for a
Really?
reason.
I think it was just.
Oh,
I think,
wow.
I want to know what you think
I
that
think it was
purpose
just by
is.
chance that we're alive.
I don't think
also
it's by
think this.
chance. I think it's too
You think it's too
it's too
impossible to-
random
Okay.
for like us to have consciousness and us to be
I believe.
like
But-
inventing pants and
I
shirts,
understand.
right?
But there are like billions and let's say like plenty of universes out there, right? Eventually, there's a chance
But
that
that's
something
our
could,
definition of our understanding of the universe, though.
I just you played TFT, right? We just high rolled, like all those universes without life. Like that's a low roll universe, but we high rolled.
I feel like most people convince themselves that there's a purpose because the alternative is that we are nothing in the end, and that's depressing.
No. It's that you have to find your own purpose.
That's true too.
That's okay.
That's fine. It's a
No,
little
do you
things.
think consciousness, like in and of itself, is so unlikely? That there
Yes,
must be a
like
okay.
us being able to like
perceive,
see our hands and
Oh my
recognize
Really?
and communicate with
God.
others.
We're go.
I don't think it's just.
You think it's too unlikely?
Yeah,
'Cause
because
it's
this is
such
an
a-
amazing
yeah.
ability of
Yeah.
what we have, like talking, hearing ourselves talk and thinking. It's just too advanced, you know?
Okay, you think there must have been some like.
Yeah.
You don't get a smartphone just by leaving a rock somewhere for a million. Is this kind
Do
of
you
like the
agree
thought
with
process?
It's really big high roll. That's
Like
why
pigs.
we got real lucky.
Okay.
Like pigs have, I don't think they have like cognitive ability. They're
I've
smart.
read Charlotte's Web, so I don't know if it's true.
But why aren't we like pigs or cows where we're just mindless drones?
But maybe there's something out there that views us as pigs on the same level as pigs. We would never know that. It's just so vast out there, right? Oh, my eyes are watering because there's oil in my eyeball. Fuck.
I think that consciousness is just. I think what people theorize is just a better way. It was an evolution of how to like find food better. Like pigs kind of like roam around and go off of smell, but this is just like one of the many things it could have been, like logical conclusion of evolution. Like it could have been like insane strength, but instead it ended up being consciousness.
All right.
In order to find food.
So the way I see it is like, let's say there's 1,000 possibilities, okay? In a random number generator.
There's a random number
and
generator
you
on his
press
phone.
generate, and it's under like, it's under 50, then potentially like that. Let's say that's life, So what did I get when I press it once? 834. That's not very lucky. Why don't you try? Press it once.
Can I press it?
669 here. Press it once. 469 here. Press it once.
No, go along with this.
Oh, he was the closest to 50. It's 66. So, we're unlucky, but our existence is lucky. It's like maybe there was someone or something that just kept pressing, and eventually we get to below 50. Oh, there it is.
You've been playing TFD a lot.
Yeah, my life might be video games. Okay.
Right. Do you guys have that sensation where it feels like you're the main character of a story?
No.
Always.
What about you, Micah? You don't feel that way? You don't feel like...
There's a word for this.
Yeah, it's called anime.
No. It's the word where you see other people and you realize everyone's the main character of their own story.
Oh, fuck. I know that one.
Wait, hold on.
Actually,
no, there is a word.
There's a word for this, and I'm going to look it up because I'm...
It's when you realize that other people all have their own lives. And
Yes.
stuff. That's like a part of
Yeah,
how you recognize.
it's called sonder. The profound feeling of realizing that everyone, including strangers passing the street, has a life as complex as one's own, which they are constantly living despite one's personal lack of awareness of it. It's a cool word.
That's a milestone of child's cognition. I think it's supposed to come at 10 or something. When
Some
you
people
realize,
never get it, do they?
Yeah, no, they super don't.
Interesting.
You feel this way? Sometimes.
I feel like I'm here with an end goal, like a purpose.
Like you were born with a purpose?
Yeah.
Is happiness not enough purpose?
No, I'm supposed to make an impact.
Change something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like whether it's cure cancer, which is at the top of the biggest impact you can have on the human race.
That's it?
Uh-huh.
And being a video game streamer is probably halfway there.
This is an interesting
I'm not sure about the scale.
Wait, actually, maybe.
I feel like being a popular video game streamer, you're pretty low on your social impact, right? But you still have quite your YouTube channel is 6 million views. There's not that 7 billion people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's
pretty low percentage.
0.1%, but it's still huge, right? You're impacting so many lives. But do you think you can achieve more than you're doing now?
I do feel that want to impact things more, but I don't know if I as a person can Elon Musk, can be like Elon Musk, fucking send people to Mars and shit. His impact on the human race is massive, you know. And I don't know. What would you do to leave an impact on humanity, Toast? If you feel like you're here for a purpose.
Maybe not necessarily better society, but make money. But the way you I'm not
After the money podcast.
My purpose in life is to make money.
People who make a lot of money generally create a product or service that's so
you provide value.
Yeah, like Amazon. It's not saving the world, but
it's making lots of lives more convenient.
I think living is just dying with extra steps.
Really different opinions on the sides of the table here.
Yeah.
What about you, Scaro?
I think social impact, I don't like the idea that the more popular or the more power you have, there's some sort of idea that person needs to have some sort of obligation to humanity.
Oh.
I find that once you put that there is an obligation there, it feels it kind of cheapens the people who work hard, the effort put in to work hard to get to that spot. Once you get there, you have to have an obligation to give back. So I think that for me, at some point I very much think that if I pursue what I think is going to give me my greatest happiness, at some point my end product is going to be that I will, when I figure out that I have nothing else to do with my success, give back. But it won't be the reason I do it won't be because I'm big or successful, you know?
I agree.
Now I feel...
Sorry, I didn't follow a lot of
Oh
stuff.
my
Talking
God.
about what our purpose in life.
I feel like we somehow got to social responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I got from yours.
Yeah, I don't think there is a social obligation for someone if they're successful
to give
back
Yeah.
to the human
No,
race.
there's no. It'd be nice, but
Yeah.
it's not you do you.
Yeah.
Would you guys donate to charity? if no one ever knew you donated to charity?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
I don't
have
care
done that.
about the knowing. It's more like, I mean, I haven't donated to charity. Period. I would like to make this very clear.
I mean, I've done stuff that like people don't know about, but like the reason I don't donate to charity is because like I just don't believe in some of the charitable things that I donate to. I don't know where the money goes. I don't know any of that. So like, if I'm gonna actually donate to charity, like I like to do a little bit more research than just.
Me too, actually. There's a lot of charity organizations that I'm actually not sure if I should donate to.
Yeah, like randomly every week, someone's like, "Oh, can you?"
This one's a scam.
Yeah, can you help? Or like, can you help me out with this charity stream? I'm just like, but like no, like I just don't really want to do that unless I've like kind of looked into it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we all do nice things, but like not for the sake of, oh, look at me, I'm doing something nice.
And even if we did terrible things, right? Like, would it? Okay, wait. I don't know.
No, please finish that.
No. That train of thought was
Tell us
bad.
about the
No,
terrible
I'm
things.
curious. What?
Yeah.
Even if we did terrible things. What?
No, don't worry about it.
No, I'm
I
curious.
know. I think my train of thought, like, it started. My mouth said words, and they came
Yeah,
out.
we can just cut it out. Just
No. I'm saying like I don't
he
know,
doesn't even know what
I
he
don't
was
know
gonna
where the
say.
continuation goes. Like dropped off like a hill, like a waterfall.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank God these aren't live.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Appreciate that.
I like how the end thing is going to be everything just gets cut. And so we have like a 30-minute podcast. People like, that was really short this time. How do we start talking about social responsibility?
I don't know.
I think it's
your purpose, which came from religion, because most religious people believe there's a purpose.
I think it's nice to believe there's a purpose, but in the end, we just create it for ourselves.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like either you can believe in one or you can find one
Yeah,
yourself.
you
It's
do
not a big
you.
deal.
Have you guys
As long
ever
as it
had
doesn't
like
hurt people.
real near-death experience, like where you felt like you were gonna die?
Oh
yeah. Oh my-
What was your like thoughts going through your heads? Like, is this
Spicy.
it?
Mine was,
really?
oh fuck,
Spicy
why did I
challenge.
touch the high voltage line of my house?
That is such a micro. Mine was the spicy chip challenge.
Oh yeah,
When
you had more time to think about
I
death
was
then.
delirious with pain in Fed's backseat of the car while he was getting a blanket, and I was alone. I was sweating. I was pale. I couldn't like think. And I remember thinking, like, dude, this is how I'm gonna go. This is how I'm like gonna die, like from a spicy chip. Like I felt so helpless.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like it.
Remember last Christmas test?
Oh,
Where
the turkey.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving?
Last Thanksgiving. Greek tried to put
Oh,
out
at the
an
fire.
oven fire with
A grease
water.
fire with water,
Yeah.
and that is not how
I
you do
told-
that, by the
I
way.
don't-
And after that ended, I remember sitting down and Toast just looking at me, being like, "We could have died."
We could have died.
And like the look on his face was like him trying to overcome like a near-death experience, and I was over it instantly. I was like, "Yeah, we could have, but we did it." Hey.
I think, modern appliances. I never hear like places blowing up anymore with a gas leak.
Yeah.
Does that still happen?
I'm sure anything you can think of, it happens, but like
I
rarely.
feel like gas leak is such a like you turn on the stove and without it lighting, it's such an easy
People
thing.
still die from slipping on shower floors.
Yeah.
Like people die from like
I
anything.
think it would be from like breaking the gas line behind the stove, or like I think water heaters explode sometimes, which is
or like carbon
super
monoxide
cool
poisoning.
I want to use a pressure cooker, but like I
that's
hear
scary.
those explode too.
Yeah, they really do.
There was a post I saw where someone's chair exploded, and that scared me so. No, you know the spinning. Not these
Oh
chairs.
yeah, the pneumatic in it, like
And then like it
Oh.
exploded, and then
there's
they
one
died.
everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh,
or did
they
they die or did they
died?
go into the hospital? I don't
Holy
remember.
shit.
But that made me like, ooh, I'm gonna sit on a nice wooden chair.
Really? All I think about is like it's so statistically unlikely, and if it happens to me, whatever. Like I
True.
can't. One thing I learned in life is not to worry about too much because I'm a natural worrier. I like to worry about shit. It's like I try to
You're
just.
definitely a type 6. Sorry, go on.
I try not to worry about stuff too much. Anything I can't control, I just don't think about. You know, death through multiple inanimate objects that I commonly use every day could happen. Who cares? Death while flying airplane. Do you guys have fear of flying?
No.
No, only when it's like really turbulent.
Listen, if you're up there and the plane is gonna crash, you're fucked anyway. So what's the point being scared?
Well, some people just never go up.
I literally Wikipedia aviation accidents before flying just to like
Oh
hype
my
myself up.
God.
What are the chances of me surviving?
What do you mean hype
Zero,
yourself
zero,
up?
zero,
Pretty
zero.
low.
Just keeping it real.
Oh my God.
If Is this a problem at the plane? Are you the type to just like lay back and peacefully accept
I
it,
think
or
I
will you
would-
be running up and down the aisle like, what can we do?
I would buy Wi-Fi and try to say goodbye to my friends and family.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Like, what else do you do, right?
Excuse me.
You're dead.
Miss, what's the Wi-Fi password?
It's like you pull your credit card to input. Let me buy
you
the
have to buy
30-minute
$30
pass.
But I mean, like, I would want to do that. I think that's important. Just say goodbye at least.
It would be nice to have.
I just try to be calm because
I try to like come to terms and
Yeah.
accept like all the fun things
Now
I did,
never want to
and then
fly.
die.
You guys are making me never want to fly. This is depressing. You know, there was those I don't know if it was for 9/11, but one of the plane crashes where they saved the last recording of
The
certain
black box.
people in the plane where they say goodbye to their wives or
those are the
family.
fucking
That was the most
weirdest.
heartbreaking thing
really
ever.
depressing.
Yeah.
Like coming to terms with your own mortality. Like you know when you're gonna die in a plane crash. It's very hard to think about. And we just trust that we won't die. There's a bigger chance of dying from car accidents too. So
Yeah.
let's come morbid really fast.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys have any irrational fears, like flying?
Oh.
My loft bed.
Okay.
Can I tell a story?
That is very irrational.
I have not slept on my loft bed for the past week or so. I've been sleeping on the floor because I have this irrational fear of it breaking and me falling. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Wow.
So what's your irrational fears?
Would you guys like to start or follow up?
Home invasion.
That is
That's
scary.
pretty rational in life.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
rational.
Especially when we lived in our old house
And
and
the
like
people knew who we were
people
and
knew
said
who we
stuff.
were, and
Yes.
like we had fans walk in.
That was scary.
That is completely rational.
Yeah. It's
All
like
it takes is like one person
Yeah,
to
one,
fuck
like,
up
crazy guy.
everything.
yeah, like just a maniac with a gun. It's like it's over, right? Like what do?
You die.
Well, we have swords. We can.
Sword against guns.
That'd be sick.
We have Nerf guns now.
We have
but it's
airsoft guns.
Something I think about, like when I have even plumbers over. It's like, well, there's two giant buffed plumber guys. If they wanted to kill me, they literally can. I can't do anything about it. Like those thoughts cross my head.
Really?
It's like-
Anyone can kill you if they really
Yeah,
want to, right?
like
At any
it's
time.
just. Do you think about every instance of someone being able to kill you? Sometimes I do. Like,
Wow.
Wow.
yeah,
I think
it's
sometimes
bad.
it's like comes with the nature of maybe being a public figure
No,
too.
it's because he's overly.
No, all it takes is one person. Like I don't blame him. The story that stands out the most is Christina Grimmie's for me. Like that always that like shook me so much because that was the point where I'm like, holy shit,
This can just happen.
this can just
Oh, and
happen.
then it was at a meet and greet, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
she
and
met
then
a
it did happen
fan.
at a video game tournament, a Madden tournament.
Oh, that
Really?
was.
Yeah.
That was fucked up. I remember watching. I think it was the stream of that
Yeah.
happening, and it was like you could hear like.
It was streamed.
Yeah, it was a live stream on Twitch. It was a tournament, and then one of the losers was upset and just shot the winner.
That's fucking insane.
But stories like that have
That's
like,
so scary because you don't know, like you can't go living your life like not trusting everyone you meet, obviously. But that's very terrifying.
Man, I'm happy at this point. I'm really happy that I can like just not worry about that stuff.
Yeah.
For me, naturally, I can just like I'm never worried about people like sneaking into the house or any of that because like
Really?
No, not at all, not ever. I sleep like
Why?
a fucking baby.
I do too.
Like if,
but
no, literally, if we had if we leave our doors unlocked, not that we do, but if we did, like I'm not worried if like the next day people are like, oh my god, like the doors were unlocked, no one locked them. It's like okay, because
Yeah.
for me, it's like I accept it because either like someone could have came in and killed us and didn't, or nothing happened. It's a great day. You know?
Well, we have a very good security system that
Yeah.
locks all the doors, and it would detect if anybody broke in.
And
so
we have
that's
turrets.
actually bullshit.
It's a scary world out there. Stay safe.
Can we start with anything positive? Like I feel like
No, this is the negative.
I like
podcast.
I actually really like indulging in negativity sometimes because no, listen. Look, my logic is the closer I am to like that side of me, the more I can like accept it and like joke around with it. Does that make sense? That's why I make fun of my depression, anxiety a lot because it like, you know what I mean?
It's a good coping
Yeah.
mechanism.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
But we could talk about something positive. Like,
Yeah, maybe a little bit more uplifting. I think this is our Christmas episode.
Oh shit!
I don't know if you guys forgot that, but I think
sure
it's our
did.
holiday episode.
So, you know, I'm excited for Christmas to spend it with friends.
Like Toast.
Like, Toast, are you? Well, you're leaving.
I'm leaving.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Wait, so the house is literally just gonna be me, Michael, Lily.
And Fed. That's more than half of you guys.
I think Fed's going back for a couple
No,
days.
yeah, he's gone for his
He's
family.
I don't
for a
think
little
he's
bit.
gone like.
Not a long time.
It's like 2
Yeah.
days, I think.
So
Tim-
technically the four of you. I don't make it
Three,
look
three,
like
three,
this.
three, three, three,
No, you
three.
count Fed in that.
No,
He's gone
he's
for 2
gone.
days. He's gone for 2 days and then he's back.
He's gone.
All right.
What can happen in those
Making it
2
look
days?
like the pity party here, huh?
And you still have to take turns streaming.
Wait, are you guys taking turns streaming?
Yes,
right?
The bandwidth is so
Okay,
bad
you
in
know,
the house.
today I started stream at 1:30, and I'm like, all right, Scara, I'm going to stream until 4 p.m. That's your time block, okay? So I played exact number of League games. I'm like, fuck, I really want to stream more, but we know what? We have to honor the time
Yeah.
block. I ended my stream, and I'm like, Scara, your
And
turn.
I started at like 4:10 and streamed till 8.
So we
This is
maximize
so
the time.
sad.
Yeah,
Good
this
job,
is
Scara.
Spectrum is the devil.
Yeah.
They're bad people.
It's actually really funny though. Like having blocks.
Yeah, it is really fun. Okay, question. So, what if you would you guys ever take a sponsor for a company that's done you wrong? Like, for instance,
No.
let's say Spectrum has done us dirty the last week or so, but all of a sudden they're like, you know what? We saw what happened, and we want to sponsor you guys.
How much money they paying?
It's all about the money.
Yeah, they can pay enough to assuage the pain I felt from their shitty internet. Of course.
1K.
What? That's it?
1K?
What?
A month? What?
Okay, well, I'm just trying to see where your lower end
1K a month?
Yeah.
No, she'll do it for 8K a month.
I would do it for
That's a
8K month.
lot. I would do it for 8K
Anyway,
a month.
but that's the point. Like, it has a price.
Yes, Chad. Loyalty has a price. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't sell Temmie for any amount of money.
Bullshit.
No, I'm serious. You could offer me $1 billion.
I would at some money amount, less than $1 billion. You can offer me, and I would steal Temmie and replace Temmie with another dog. So let me be very clear. There is a money amount for anything.
Some things are not, some things are priceless.
That's one of the ultimate pranks, in my opinion, to replace someone's dog and figure how long it takes for them
I
to
would
realize.
tell immediately.
See, you say that now.
I know the ins and outs
and
of my
that's
dog.
fine. And then we can use this clip and that
And
voice clip.
And then we pull out Tammy now.
Yeah.
And
You won't be
reveal
able
it's
to.
been a
She
different
has so many specific features about her that I have memorized.
Oh, we
man.
should have replaced her with
Did
the
you know she
movement,
has
so we could have
only
blamed
Oh,
the movement on different
the new
behaviors.
environment.
Only
yes.
3 front teeth. Okay, keep going. I want to know all these unique traits of Temmie.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. No.
Would you be upset if it did turn out we replaced Temmie and you didn't realize it?
It's never gonna happen.
Hypothetically.
I can't be upset at this hypothetical situation because this situation would never happen.
Look, cloning is getting more and more, popular. So what if we clone Temmie?
Then wouldn't that just be Temmie?
Are you okay with the clone?
Yeah, but are you okay with the clone?
Yeah.
I would prefer. If you give me the clone, right? And you're like, just kidding. Here's the real one. I'd keep both because they're both Temmie in the end.
What if,
Right?
But then what if you made a third Temmie? Would you keep the third Temmie or would
I
you
would
have
not
people put it
make
down?
more Temmies.
Okay,
to
what if
begin
someone
with.
just kept making more Temmies?
They need to stop.
Alright, what if in the process of pranking you, we messed up and the first Temmie died, but we
have a clone Temmie.
Yeah, we have a clone.
You
Temmie.
better not tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You better not.
Ignorance is bliss.
Okay.
Yeah,
But what if
don't
you
tell me.
had that option? Temmie died and you can clone her.
No. I would never clone my dog.
You wouldn't clone her to bring her
replace
back?
Oh, wait. So we're assuming that she died already?
She died or
Yeah.
she's dead.
So this is giving me a chance to bring her back,
Bring her
right?
But it's a clone.
I mean, yeah, I would do it.
Okay, but what if it's one of us?
What do you mean?
So what if Michael died?
Okay.
Why would she make that decision?
Well, so Lily just came into a lot of
This is a
money
lot of
because
pressure.
she's
she
now
can
a
clone someone.
multi-bajillionaire.
Okay, yeah.
And then Michael died.
Okay.
Freak lightning
Yeah.
accident killed him.
Tased himself.
Yeah, okay. And you have the option to bring him back
As a clone.
As a clone.
But it would still be the same Michael, right?
Yeah.
You would,
Oh,
still, would you still grow up to
Now,
be the same?
cloning is because you start as a baby with cloning.
Oh, I thought we were just making a complete replica of you.
Okay, he keeps
that's-
all his personality but none of his memories.
But aren't personality like composed of some memories?
Well, now we're getting a little philosophical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it was like it was a replica of you, Michael, yeah, of course I would do it. But if it was like from a baby,
What if he specifically was like, please don't do it?
then I wouldn't do it.
But he's dead.
But it's
maybe
his
his clone's like, kill me.
No, his clone's last memory would be him requesting me, don't do it, right?
We can take that part out. You know,
what part?
What part?
The clone memory. We can just take that clone memory out, so he doesn't remember the clone. Sorry, I'm just really curious what you think.
I still didn't think I would. It's his last wish.
Are you okay with cloning yourself and harvesting them for organs when
No.
you need it?
No.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
free
God.
organs.
Yeah, but you're cloning yourself with your personality, your memories intact.
I think if you just kept them, if they never got to wake
In
up,
their
yes.
pods.
If they never got to wake up, yes, in their pod. You know, like.
But you're still cloning me, like or
No,
you
I know,
or whatever.
yeah.
You as it is, like with all your memories and your
Yeah.
personality. What makes you you? You're killing that from the get go.
But
to save you or make money.
I don't.
As
think
long
I'd
as
be
they couldn't wake
comfortable.
up to perceive how fucking awful it was, then yes. You know?
If they never gain.
Yeah, because then they're without consciousness. You can't like have your personality without consciousness. You know what I mean? It's just the potential of consciousness.
This is more philosophical.
This is the most philosophical podcast I've ever been part of.
I've never
hands down.
conversation
Classic. Put this on with the family in front of a warm fire in the holidays.
And the first question with your family should be, would you clone each other? How do you feel about cloning technology? Let's go a little bit lighter.
Positive?
More positive.
We keep trying.
Favorite
person in offline TV, Michael. I'm joking.
It is myself.
Cartoon when you were younger?
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, really?
Oh, actually, Pokemon and Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon's not technically a cartoon, but you know what?
I mean,
We'll take it. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Probably Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Powerpuff Girls was the shit.
That was a good choice. What about you?
Kim Possible.
Oh,
Kim Possible was the shit.
Call me,
Yeah,
beat
it
me
really was.
if you want to reach. Oh, did I love Fairly Odd Parents too?
Yeah, that was
When
good shit. I like Jimmy
Timmy was
Neutron a
an-
lot.
oh, yeah.
I want to be like Jimmy
Brain
Neutron
Blast.
every day. Yeah.
Wow, there's some good cartoons.
How about you, Scar?
Hey Arnold was good
I
too.
liked Justice League and Static Shock.
Oh, Static Shock was cool.
Static Shock was
Oh, Static! I always forget about Static Shock.
Yeah.
Do you
He's
remember
great.
the Jackie Chan?
Yeah. The
With the
Adventures
Uncle
of the
going
Dragon
Jackie.
Warrior.
Yeah, he's like Yumo, Wei, Guai, 5D's out.
Oh my god. Do you remember? Fuck, what's that other one? The one with the bald kid.
Oh, I know what you're
Oh,
talking
Challenge
about.
Showdown.
Challenge
Showdown was my
Challenge
every
Showdown
week.
was
I was
great.
on my
I
Challenge Showdown.
love Challenge Showdown. Oh my god, these are so like nostalgic.
That was a really weird show.
It
in
was, but
hindsight.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Wait, you watched Courage. Courage was not a
Okay,
children's
yeah,
show.
it was.
That was a fucked up show.
Oh, I guess Airbender's not like that old, but Avatar: The Last
It's
Airbender.
pretty old.
It's pretty old,
like my
right?
favorite.
I loved that show.
Yeah, I never found out about the show till I was already an adult. I found it in my 20s. Oh,
It was still never.
I can say that now. I before couldn't say in my 20s. Oh my god, I'm gonna die soon.
No, you're not.
Oh shit.
We can talk about dogs, like Positive.
Cut that part
Oh
out. please.
my god. Sure, whatever. My Positive.
Cut that part out.
Favorite Christmas memories? Do you have any of those?
Christmas is just
A social construct.
a social
You
construct.
said it.
It's true.
I like it because it's like, you know, we get to hang out with each other, you know. It's so nice and-
I've actually celebrated more Christmases away from my family than because at some point, like Christmas stopped being like a big thing for my family. Like I don't know when, but like probably when I was like 16 or 17, I told my family, I was like, just don't buy me gifts. Like I don't need anything. I'm good. And then like they just stopped. Usually your family's like, oh, you know, we'll get you something, but like I think like there was a period of time before offline started where I just didn't get a Christmas gift for like 5 years, and I was okay with that.
You excited for your Secret Santa?
Yeah. Oh, did we tell people that we were doing that?
We're doing a Secret Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with who you got?
Who'd you get, Toast? Just kidding. It's a Secret Santa.
Yeah. I'm okay with this person.
I'm very curious, like who
I
everyone
would
has.
say getting Pokey a present is probably the toughest.
I think that's max difficulty.
I think it's the hardest one
Because
too.
you can't go for monetary value. Because
Exactly.
you can't afford anything.
What do you give a god?
Yeah, but
you know?
I'm sure whoever got her they'll be fine.
Okay, and I think getting on the reverse end, getting Lily a present is the easiest.
Wait.
Because literally, you can get her anything, and she'll take it.
That's the old me. This is the new
Now
me.
the current one's gonna throw that shit in the fireplace if they don't like it.
The new me is more,
There's no way.
Actually, it's a present. As long as you put thought in
See?
it, I actually don't care. You
See?
could get me a friggin' ring pop, and I'd be happy.
No, you would.
I would if you had a nice card with it. Yeah, I would.
Easy.
Like I like sentimental things. So if you have like, words of affirmation, I am a sucker for those kind of things. I'm not easy, Scar. Stop calling me easy. I'm very difficult, actually.
I got pretty lucky with my person for Secret Santa.
Oh, why?
Oh.
Why is that?
Why are you
can
lucky?
expand upon it later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got pretty something too for my person.
Oh, you guys are. Well,
Hmm.
we'll see at the Secret Santa. Are we gonna stream this or no?
I don't think so.
Probably can because it'll
Everyone's
be pretty
away.
scattered.
Okay, I will.
Oh
put it on
wait,
my
you
blog.
guys are everyone's gone, right? So we were calling in like half the people.
Oh, do we? We
think we
gotta do
schedule-
it in a circle.
Yeah, we
like
scheduled it there.
kumbaya.
I really want to do that. Can we put like cute music in the background and everyone sits in a circle and we just talk about how much we appreciate each other and give each other gifts, and then we can talk about enneagrams.
Okay, especially no to that last part.
One of these days we're gonna have a podcast with just enneagrams.
And I will not be on it, nor will anyone in the house.
I'll be on it by
It'll just
myself.
be her and her dog.
One time I walked into Michael's room while he was working, and I sat down and talked about enneagram for 2 hours. He didn't chase me out.
It was just in the background.
It was like a good podcast. It was a good podcast, right?
It's like white noise.
It was like white noise. I was like
you
soldering
paid attention,
shit.
right?
Huh?
You paid attention, right?
To the parts I liked.
Okay, all right.
Which were the parts that you liked?
It was the parts about me.
Ah.
So all the parts about me you didn't hear. Okay. Is that enough positivity? Can we go back to
Dark, dangerous.
Can we go back
thoughts?
to dark philosophical things?
I feel like we're just not.
Living is just time connection.
What do they call it? Christmas.
Christ Mass.
Christ?
Christ Mass.
I think so.
What does the Mass stand for?
Like you go to Mass?
Christ Mass.
Mass is like going to church.
Oh.
I don't think that's true either.
I don't know.
There's an explanation, but I have to Google it.
So Christ was born on December 25th.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wait.
You're talking to 4 people who don't study.
We don't know
our
shit,
religion.
Jose.
I should. I went to church growing up.
I went to church too. You know what I did at church? I slept.
I left and looked at clouds. Yeah.
Like we have BC and AD for years, right? Before
December
Christ.
25th.
Huh?
Like BC for before Christ.
Yeah, Jesus
right?
was born on the 25th.
But why not just have like the New Year, like January 1st, be the day that Christ was born? So BC makes more sense.
You can't choose when Jesus was born, okay?
But we set the year BC and AD. If we could set the difference.
Take a time machine, go back and ask your ancestors, or not your
It
ancestors.
doesn't make
ask
sense.
I don't understand.
Like the birth of Christ.
He's angry about the 5 days in between the birth of
Yeah.
Christ and New Year's.
Marked the BC era and the AD era. While they were like separating that, why not just change the calendar a little bit?
I
and
feel like
say,
it's the same reason why we still use like inches while everyone else uses.
No, I think that's.
I think that's a
because-
very different
Okay.
thing you're talking about.
Shit.
Also, who agreed to like use BC as a measuring device? There's more religion than just Christianity, right?
I think it was
the Western world.
The
Yeah,
Christians?
yeah.
Did they then consult the Buddhists, the Muslims, before just saying, "Hey, BC is the way"?
No, I don't think they respected the other religions.
I also don't think there were like cell phones back then or like.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
like, can you call the Buddhists real
Call
quick?
Buddha.
But
Pick
we
them
have
up.
it now, so we can make the change now.
I think
right?
now that's the same reason we don't use metric.
Oh,
for
we're
inches,
just kind of
because
like,
it's
you
too
know what?
hard.
It's how we've been doing it.
See, I had a
Now
point.
that's it.
The metric system and vampires.
Okay, so originally when we started this podcast, I assumed it'd be really easy to get to number 10 and then see how it feels from there.
Number 10, what?
Like the 10 podcasts in a row. And now that we're on podcast number 4, I feel like we're already running out of ideas.
No, we're not. This was very interesting. I liked our topics today. I like talking about these things.
Yeah, Scar, why are you such a negative Nancy, huh?
He's gaslighting. He's like trying to like
Okay,
emotionally manipulate.
I will say this. Every time I'm talking to someone and they use either the term gaslighting, dog whistling, what's the other one?
Dude, I just
There's a lot. Dog whistling, gaslighting.
Gish galloping.
Keep going. We understand.
But all these like politics words that I hear Destiny use.
Okay, gaslighting is also a word used in, relationships and stuff.
All right, keep going.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna have this discussion if you're gonna pull out these political buzzwords.
You already mentioned this before, remember? And we agreed that we could.
Oh, you know what else?
Keep going. Yeah.
You already mentioned this before. Are you going crazy? Are you okay?
Stop gaslighting me.
Yeah, it's gaslighting.
Oh, I like talking about social faux pas. If you
What?
say sorry and you follow that
With
the
but?
word if or but, it's like, okay, shut the fuck up, You don't really mean it. Like sometimes I would be in an argument with Janet and she'll
Cool.
say, if she says sorry if, the first thing out of my mouth before she finishes, you said if, so I don't accept it. It's probably not the most...
Keep that in.
I don't know.
want that to be the intro.
It's not the healthiest thing. But that's one of my like pet peeves. I don't like it when people
when it's
type
like
sorry if
sorry
or
with
sorry
a
but.
caveat.
I feel like actually, maybe. Never mind.
What are you
Finish
gonna
that
say,
sentence.
Lily?
Maybe cut this out. But like, I feel like even if, let's say you fuck up really bad, right? And you apologize. And even if your apology is like the best thing on earth, like people will still tear you apart for it. I'm not referring to anything specific.
Oh, I could tell you weren't.
But I noticed that like you can fuck up and you can do the apology right. Like, I'm sorry, this is what I did, this is what I'm gonna do, like blah blah blah. And like people will still tear you apart, like, oh, you're not actually sorry, blah.
No, I mean, of course, because it's like everyone comes from different, I don't know, upbringings.
What's the
different
point of
situations.
apologizing then if they're just gonna?
I think to mitigate that, I think it would make it
worse if they didn't.
Yeah,
apologize.
that's the only reason. I think it would just be to.
You apologize for like two things, right? You apologize for other people and you apologize for yourself. Whether or not you need those two things is up to the situation. Like sometimes, like a lot of the public apologies are for like other people, right? But like,
yeah. When it comes to internet apologies, it's like people will say you're not really sorry.
I
You're
feel like
just
it's a
sorry
meme at this
because-"
point. Like internet, are you gonna hug your dog and look at your camera? Like, people meme.
Yeah.
Internet apologies
Start
all
it with
the
a
time.
sigh. Start the video with a
don't
sigh.
get me wrong. If I fuck up tremendously, I'm gonna take Mimi and Tammy into my room and I'm gonna hug both of them and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
And I'm like,
it's been a bad couple of days. You know what I mean, guys?
oh my god.
You've been practicing in the mirror.
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, like I know exactly how it's gonna go, and I will be very sorry. Trust me, that I will have to stoop to that level.
Jesus Christ.
I think apologies are. I'm at a point in my career where I just feel like apologies will never make people happy. So I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna double down on my position. Like,
okay.
I think when you like really fuck up, like you say something really racist, and you're just being a racist, then yeah, you can apologize for that. But most things, I feel like you don't have to apologize for these days.
I mean, I feel like you know who says that? Old people. You know, they say old people stop giving like a fuck as they get older.
Oh.
That's how I feel.
Right now, I'm getting a lot of flame for playing the Taiwan Championship Series.
I would just ignore
like
that
people
shit.
saying like I ruined the tournament. I
just not true.
I
compromised.
got that in Twitch Rivals too.
Yeah, it's like I could apologize, but it's like I didn't do anything wrong.
And I
Go fuck yourself.
apologized for it.
See, you shouldn't apologize, right?
I know,
you didn't
but
do anything wrong.
it feels bad. Like with so many, like literally thousands of people telling you how much you sucked and it was your
Yeah.
fault. Like it gets
How
to
you
you.
ruined
And then I'm like, oh shit, maybe I did ruin. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean to. Like it's just like weird.
Was your apology genuine?
I was like genuinely like really sorry that
Did you know what you were apologizing for?
I was sorry that I played bad pretty much. Like I was apologizing for my plays pretty much. Like it was weird.
You're apologizing for public perception.
No, I was apologizing for how shitty I played. Like legit, I was really bad. I can't even make excuses. I was like terrible, but I was.
You don't have to apologize for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like for someone to apologize in a tournament for playing poorly, like fuck you, I would.
Yeah.
That's just. I guess that's just what happens when you're popular, you know.
Yeah, I mean it comes with it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like,
It's whatever.
Do you think how crazy it is for Toast to get flack for this? You know, for getting
a week later, no one's gonna care.
Yeah, not even a week later.
Not even a week
tomorrow,
later. Tomorrow, it's gonna be something else.
We're casting tomorrow, and then what's gonna happen is people are like, wow, your casting was great. They just forget about it.
Yeah. Although I still meme void staff Morgana in my chat sometimes. It's funny to joke about it like later.
Michael, are you happy you're not like a public figure in the sense that you are constantly on air or public
Yes.
every day?
I thank God every time I realize I don't have to wake up and stream. Yeah, I still thank God. That's how much I like not having to stream every day.
How's living here?
It's fun.
With people.
It's fun. It's nice to live with people.
I understand that. Yeah.
I like it too. I think it's nice because eventually we're not going to. But while we can, I want to take advantage of it.
It's really dark. Anyone else feel that? It's a chill?
I'm sorry.
It's chill in the room.
I'm just being...
That's Lily Pichu.
Yes.
I'm trying to
Her
be...
fucking depression's coming in.
I'm being realistic. So it makes you appreciate the time we have that much more. Like every time our lease is up, like we've had close calls with OTV, you know, potentially ending or imploding, all right? Many, many times before. And it makes me really appreciate that we're still here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, do we know what I've mentioned this? You mentioned it before, that's why.
Every year in OTV, I just feel like we're going great. I'm surprised you felt that way too.
You know what? It's cool.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like stuff can go up in flames, but you know,
we're still here.
If it went up in flames, then it goes up in flames. And now this time, if it goes up in flames, it's probably because Michael fucking set something off.
Yeah.
Literal flames.
Literal fire.
Actual flames. You know, it would be really interesting if our house just caught on fire somehow.
Yeah, that's not. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, but would
that
cool,
would be
right?
quirky.
That's really
Do
quirky.
you guys pay for it, or does insurance cover it?
I think if you have renter's insurance.
Yeah, if you have renter's insurance, it's actually the people. The insurance company pays for it.
So we don't have to feel that bad.
No, we
wait,
just need a new place.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know how hard it is finding a new place? You know how hard it is.
If this internet continues for another week,
Okay.
I'll take out the matches myself. You know.
I need to sign up for health insurance today.
What?
This is the last day of this year to sign up for health insurance.
Shit.
You too?
You guys want to sign up for health insurance
Yeah,
after this?
I'm
Well, you
down
have
to
to
do
apply
it.
today.
Yeah, the 15th is.
Oh
the
my!
cutoff.
Wait! I've been all over this. I've been in the I've had years where I didn't have health insurance, and I remember telling you and